With Boomer and Geo, mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports
Radio 101.9 FM, The Fan, WFAN.
Oh, not Chris, but his dear friend Anthony Gallo, filling in this Saturday morning one last time before Chris is back next week and this week on The Carton Show, coming to you from the greatest city in the world, New York City. And boy, does it feel good. I've been doing this now on air with you guys for about 3 years. And boy, does it feel good to even have a sliver of hope that New York football might be turning back around. I'm not saying a Super Bowl is in the midst this season, but expectation, optimism is here. 888-808-1019. We'll get into the baseball and even the local baseball as Bayonne Little League wins again. But starting with the Jets, last night, I can't help it. The way that offense looked in their first two drives, the way they looked as they diced up, and I understand it is preseason, so I'm not telling you to get your, they're going to the playoffs, all that, but the way they looked yesterday, you can't help but be excited about the potential for this Jets offense. And sure, Cade Klubnik looked fine against the third stringers, but the optimism I have with this Jets offense, and there's a lot to be seen with the defense, but again, positives there as the defense goes out there and gets 2 interceptions, something we didn't see at all last year. But the way this offense is structured, the way this offense looks, the way Geno Smith looked comfortable, he looked healthy, the level of consistency from Geno to Klubnik to Zappi throughout that entire quarterback room, there is a lot to be excited about with this Jets offense. I'm not saying they're going to blow every team away and they're not going to put up 30 points a game. But after the ineptitude that we saw for the last 4 years, and I understand it goes way past that, but just in this recent era of Jets football, even with Aaron Rodgers at times, and how bad the offense could look with Zach Wilson and Mike White and Cook and Justin Fields and you name it, Trevor Siemian, they went out there and showed something. We know the running backs are going to be good. We know the offensive line is good. We know that they have an improved wide receiver room. Obviously, a lot of young talent, Mitchell and Cooper in the tight end room. They have a rookie, Mason Taylor. They have the ability to go out there, though, and show you a different look at every position. They have the ability to show you something that they haven't had in a while. And sure, they had the names with Rodgers. You had Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson still and Breece Hall, and you had the big-name quarterback. But this Jets offense, by default, was going to be improved because you had a legitimate quarterback in there. Maybe not a good quarterback, but a legitimate quarterback. But the way they've looked this offseason, and I could start to feel the way that Frank Reich and Darren Muji have sculpted this thing. When I look at Geno Smith, not just last year, but over the last 4 seasons, there has to be an optimism that was not there prior to this offseason. And I know we're going to get calls, and you're going to tell me that Cade Klubnik needs to start, or they need to play him as soon as possible. And I couldn't be more off that train. If the Jets suck, sure, what is there to lose? But the Jets have a chance to actually build something here. The Jets have the chance to actually build consistency, winning habits, make guys believe in what you're building. We forget about that part of the rebuild. Sure, you guys all want to go searching for the quarterback and tanking and slotting in a bad rookie quarterback just so you could possibly have a lottery ticket to your future. And Geno Smith is not your future, but what Geno Smith gives you is a guy that's proven when he has good pass blocking and weapons can produce, a guy that can give you the chance to win 7 or 8 games and build a future, build a foundation. So next year, when everything is right in front of you, because you have 3 draft picks in the first round this year, you have another first round pick the year after that, and you have all these assets, all this cap space to go and hunt a veteran quarterback or to go and hunt and draft the quarterback of your dreams in the draft. It's all right in front of you. You do not need to tank to get there. And what Geno is going to do, he is going to show you what you got at wide receiver. He's going to show you if you have something in Kenyon Sadiq and Mason Taylor in that tight end room. He's going to give the running back room a little bit of a breather, and you'll be able to utilize them instead of having to rely on them to be your entire offense. We all saw what happened last year. The Jets had minimal production out of the quarterback room, but we saw the glimpses, whether it was week 1. I mean, I was at that game in London when they played my Broncos, and if Justin Fields could complete a pass, one, Garrett Wilson never gets hurt because he got hurt catching a ball that was severely underthrown to him, but they win that game by a mile. And I go to those moments and other moments in the season where they clearly had the talent on offense on a lesser degree than this year, and now they have added to that. I thought the trade for Mitchell was great. He got ran out of Indianapolis because of one bonehead mistake where he fumbled the ball on the goal line celebrating too early, and it cost them the game. They sent him away for that. But that is something that you can learn from. His talent is undeniable. He's got to catch the ball, but he can get separation. You bring in the young Cooper in the first round. You're bringing Sadiq, who was my favorite offensive player in this entire draft. You have a good running back room, and it's Allen and Hall and Davis. Your offensive line, although I think is being severely underrated, your offensive line last year was a strength, in my opinion, and it suffered due to Justin Fields holding the ball too long, not hitting receivers, making the wrong decision. And this year, you have an upgrade at quarterback. Whether you guys want to admit it or not, they have an upgrade at quarterback. And he is coming off of his worst year as a starter. And that is because he played behind the worst offensive line by all accounts in all of football last year. He had no weapons. He had a Brock Bowers who was injured for a handful of those games, and a rookie running back who himself could not get anything started because their offensive line was so bad. So even if the Jets had a slightly better offensive line than the Raiders, he would improve. But the fact that they have a legitimate, in my opinion, offensive line that I think by the end of the year, a lot of people are going to tell you it's one of the better units in the league. This Jets team is going to be improved. It does not mean they're going to make the playoffs, but that doesn't have to be the only way to measure progress. Perfection is not a real goal. Progress is. Taking it one step at a time is okay. And I understand it's frustrating as a Jets fan who hasn't seen playoff football in over a decade. But progress is what builds the foundation for what you want. It's how your culture gets built. If you go out there and you win 7-8 games, and who's to say they don't shock some people? In their own division, there's only one team that's a lock, and that's the Bills, in my opinion. And who's to say they don't take a step back? I'm not ready. I'm not saying the Patriots are going to be awful. I'm not ready to anoint the Patriots, who going into the playoffs last year had less wins against over 500 teams than the Giants. Yes, the Patriots are much improved. They improved the offensive line and the wide receiver group. I'm just saying you don't know how the season's going to play out. And we've seen crazier leaps from teams. But it's not just about making the playoffs. It's about building something. And if Aaron Glenn wants to prove that he is building something, and Darren Muji wants to prove he is building something, it starts with wins. Losing all those games to get a lottery ticket at the top end of the draft is a losing strategy. It doesn't work. It's never worked. Maybe 10 out of every, one out of every, I don't know, I was going to say 10 out of 100. 1 out of every 10 times it works. Sure. But just recent history shows you nobody is a lock to be a franchise-altering quarterback. How many times have we been told that this guy can't miss and that guy can't miss? So why not go out there, try to build the culture you want, win games, prove to the guys in that locker room that you're not looking ahead to next year. And then when next year comes, you say, see you to Geno Smith. And you go out there and you either trade for a disgruntled veteran that might be available, or you trade up in the draft and get the guy you want. And to those saying it's not that easy, well, it is when you're the Jets and you have 3 first-round picks next year, another first-round pick the year after that, and you have all your other picks. It's possible. Sure, you might not get the number 1 overall pick, but if you get into that top 5, you're getting the guy you want. And not every single team that's going to be in the top of the draft is going to be hunting a quarterback. How many times have we seen teams think they have their franchise quarterback suck, and then they're either trading or drafting a different position? So it's there. The possibility is there. The fact that I have to hear on the internet and on this station and on TV about how the Jets should be doing the most to set themselves up for next year is so stupid. We haven't even played a game yet. We got to hear about Cade Klubnik because he's completed some passes against the 4th string. And I agree. If the Jets start 1-5, 1-6, the coach is probably gone at that point. But if they start like that, sure, you go to the rookie and you see what you got. And it doesn't matter if he plays well. You're still going to bring in more talent next year at that quarterback position. But there is no risk. This notion that a team wins too many games. Sure, if you're 3-14 and that extra win gets you to 4-13, sure, I can kind of see where you're saying, and it costs you 3 draft slots, you won too many games. But winning 7 or 8 games is not a small feat in the NFL. Ask anyone who's played in the NFL. Winning a game is not easy. To go out there and win 7 or 8 games, which still leaves you under 500, is a positive. You're building. You're not a team with expectations of the playoffs. You're not a team with winning expectations. You're a team trying to build something. Bottoming out your 4th out of 5 years is not building anything. How many times have we seen teams that, show they can scratch and claw and fight for everything? What the Jets were the year prior to Aaron Rodgers. And it doesn't make it a bad decision, even if I thought after year 1 they should have got rid of him just and ripped the Band-Aid off. That team would have been a top team in the AFC if he doesn't hurt his ankle. Was winning all those games the year prior a bad decision? No. Now, you all trust Darren Muji. So for some reason, none of you trust Aaron Glenn, but you all trust Darren Muji like he wasn't a part of last season. But if you trust him, and I do trust these guys, but I'm just the hypocrisy from a lot of the fan base and people around the league. If you trust Darren Muji, then you could trust that if he wins 7 or 8 games with that draft allotment, with that salary cap, he has the ability to get this team to where it needs to be. 888-808-1019. They can be a very entertaining offensive team. Now, I would say they could be a playoff team. I don't know how to feel about the defense just yet. I don't think it's a very talented defensive unit. I think it is a better unit than what it was the last half of the season after Williams and Sauce Gardner were gone. I do think it's a better group, but I do not think that it is. They're going to have to improve. Maybe if they play well on defense, there's no reason why they can't be in the wild card race at the end of the year. We don't know what a lot of these teams in the AFC are going to do. We don't. We know that there is a handful of teams that, even my Broncos, I do believe in them. I think they are Super Bowl contenders. But are they truly a lock for anything? They're in the same boat as the Patriots. They had impressive wins against impressive teams last year. But there is no lock there. We don't know what Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are going to be. We don't know what his health is going to be. I think he's going to be fine, and we're all going to go back to hating them. The Ravens, I assume, are going to be good. They have a new coach. They have a lot of turnover. Nobody else in that division is a lock to do anything. I think the Steelers are going to miss the playoffs. The Browns are one of the worst teams in football. And the Bengals, on paper, sure, are great. We don't know what they're going to be. The Dolphins suck. Do we expect every single team in the South? Now, the Jags are truly, I think, they might be, when it's all said and done, the best team in the AFC if they pick up where they left off last year. The Texans, we don't know what their quarterback play is going to be. They were a great defense with a struggling offense last year. All these teams that I named are I'm projecting them to be better than the Jets, but I'm also saying you don't know. So this thought that they should just mail it in and go to next year is stupid. And with Geno Smith and Wilson and Cooper and Mitchell, Taylor and Sadiq, Hall, Allen, and Davis, they have talent. They have weapons on offense. They have an offensive line that I think is going to be very good. Geno Smith, when he's upright, is a quarterback that can produce. We saw him do it in Seattle. We saw him have very impressive seasons in Seattle. And I'm not saying he's going to replicate that, but off default, he is a better quarterback than Justin Fields. He has a higher ceiling in his career than Justin Fields did as a quarterback. I'm not talking about as an overall football player, but as a quarterback. The guy's thrown for 4,200 yards 2 of the last 3 years. Or 2 of the last 4 years, my apology. He's a guy who is going to throw the football. He's going to make mistakes. He's going to make boneheaded mistakes. He's probably going to cost you some games, but he is going to put the ball in the air. He's going to be able to hit receivers. And there was an opportunity there for this Jets offense to show you something. And I want to reiterate it because I kind of glossed over it earlier. This Jets offense cannot be stagnant all season because guess what? You're rebuilding, yes. You're also trying to build for the future, but you also have to entice guys to want to be here. You think another year of not competing is going to make a Garrett Wilson or a Breece Hall want to stay as a Jet? What if these young guys are actually something? Do you want to stunt a year of their growth because you're so hell-bent on getting your quarterback at the top of the draft next year that you want to put Cade Klubnik in there, who most of you have never seen play a football game? They are, I want to reiterate, I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. They are going to be a vastly better team than they were last year, specifically on offense. They have the chance to be a fun, exciting offense this year. And if it falls on its face, then the plan is still the same. You look to next year where you have 3 first-round picks. You had 2 this year. They can be exciting. They can build something. And I don't think a lot of you realize this also, because I think a lot of you just assume Muji would stay and they'll fire Aaron Glenn if the season is a disaster like it was last year. There's a chance that you're starting over with I think it would just be Glenn that gets sacrificed. But you're starting over with an entire different regime. That means you're not only, if this team sucks and they bottom out and you have nothing, the coaching staff is gone. A lot of players are going to be gone that you're not willing to get rid of right now. And you're going to be starting again from the rubble. Why not go out there and show that you have talent? Entice someone. Be that team that next year everyone's saying, if they get that quarterback, they're going to be a problem. You have cap space. You have draft picks. You have talent on offense. And you got a few young pieces on defense. We talk about Bailey. They also have the kid, Tavondre Sweat, who is not that, he's still a young player. The kid they traded Johnson for from the Titans. You have Pons. You have pieces. You have a good veteran on the defensive side, too, in Minkah Fitzpatrick, who could show these guys the way. Build the foundation. Going 3-14 is not building anything. You're not doing anything. You're building bad habits. You're playing losing football. 888-808-1019. We'll get into all that. We'll continue that conversation. We'll get you ready for preseason game number 2 from the Giants. Another team where optimism is abound. There is expectation. You heard Mara yesterday talking about it, that this is the first year. It's not hope, it's expectations. We'll get into the Yankees' continued winning streak as they're now only 3 games back. Bayonne Little League does it again, and they play tomorrow. We got a lot to get to. Stay tuned. Anthony Gallo back after this.
The heat is on in Miami, and Big Blue is ready to make a splash. Jackson Dart takes aim.
Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
And OBJ is back in action.
Odell Beckham Jr. made the catch with one hand for the touchdown.
The Giants and Dolphins, 4 o'clock today. The home of the New York Giants. The Fan 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey, let me tell you about something I just did because I think a lot of you need to do it too. I went to Princeton Longevity Center and did their brand new cancer check exam. And I'm telling you, I walked away incredibly impressed. They use advanced imaging, genetic testing, blood biomarkers, and AI technology to look for potential health risks before you ever have symptoms. Think about that. Why wait until something's wrong to start paying attention to your health? I wanted to know what was going on with my body now. And Princeton Longevity Center gave me that opportunity. And it's not just a bunch of tests followed by a report you don't understand. Their doctors sit down with you, walk you through your results, explain what they found, and then what you can do about it. I did it. I'm glad I did it. And now I'm telling you, get off the sidelines and make your health a priority today. Call Princeton Longevity Center at 888-8000-PLC. Again, 888-8000-PLC. Or visit them online, PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Verizon Small Business Days are happening right now. If you're a small business owner, Verizon business experts are ready to meet with you one-on-one to deliver expert support, special offers, and everything your business needs. It's great because they'll work with you to make sure you've got the best tech and plans to help you and your business get the win. Score a meeting with a Verizon business expert during Small Business Days, August 17th through the 30th. Call 1-800-483-4428 or go to Verizon.com/small business.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
I felt a jackhammering pain in my jaw.
Like someone sawing my bones.
Barbed wire in my shoulder.
Like a cattle prod in my hip.
Like I put my foot in a blender.
Pain is different for everyone. But where pain starts, Jurnavix suzetrigine begins. Jurnavix is a non-opioid 50 milligram prescription tablet for adults with moderate to severe acute pain that reduces pain signals before they reach the brain. Before those signals tell the brain to feel
like I punched an angry beehive.
And pain reduction can finally begin. Do not take Jurnavix with CYP3A inhibitors. Avoid use with grapefruit or liver problems, as these may increase side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medicines if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Jurnavix may make certain medicines and birth control less effective. Side effects include itching, muscle spasms, rash, and elevated muscle enzymes. To learn more about Jurnavix, ask your doctor. Call 1-833-589-PAIN or visit Jurnavix.com.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today to carsforkids.org. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's CARS with a K.
Agree with us? Disagree with us? Even better, talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Call the Fan and get in the game. 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Anthony Gallo in for Chris McMonagle this Saturday morning. Chris is back this week, Wednesday, and he'll be back in this slot next Saturday, but I got you. 888-808-1019. It's crazy to sit here because it's football season is always a lot of fun, and last year I didn't get to talk to you guys as much because I was doing the Infinity Sportsnet, well, the defunct now former Infinity Sportsnet Sunday show every week, like kind of a red zone football show. But since I've been on air with you guys, and it's always a privilege, I'm always having a blast. The one thing I haven't had yet, we've had a Knicks championship, we've had Yankees and Mets runs, is we haven't had a decent football season from one, let alone both of these teams. And I'm not sitting here telling you, I do think the Giants have a legitimate shot at making the playoffs, although it's not as guaranteed as I think a lot of people are teeing off for, but I expect them to be over 500. I expect them to be in it. And the Jets, I have optimism that they are going to be entertaining and they are going to improve. The cries to start Cade Klubnik right away are so short-sighted to me because a lot of the way we view football now is just quarterback, 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 quarterback. And there are steps to get there. You can't you might have the quarterback and never get to reap the benefits of it, and somebody else will because you didn't have the right foundation or the right culture or the right roster around him. And we forget that you have to build that culture and those habits. So when you finally do have that piece, and it may be a totally different looking Jets team, but when you finally do have that piece, you are ready to attack. And so much of the NFL, if you're looking for that quarterback, and it's not a veteran quarterback that you're going after, like let's say, the way Joe Burrow's spoken, it sounds like this is it. If the Bengals don't produce this year, it doesn't sound like he wants to be there much longer. But, and I'm not saying he's a possibility, but you never know. Let's say Joe Burrow is available next year. Fine, then you're not banking on that rookie contract. But a lot of the building of teams is teams taking advantage of the QB's rookie salary. We saw the Chiefs do it. We saw the Bills do it. And then you have to scale back when you do pay that quarterback. We're seeing the Broncos and the Patriots do it now with Drake May and Bo Nix. We've seen, Washington do it and the Bears. And Washington and Chicago are good examples of showing something. When Washington got Daniels, the year prior, they were not expected to just tank. They were supposed to be a team that competed for a wild card. And they were a disaster. And maybe it was just, overhyping them going into the season. And for the Bears, there was optimism around that team. Justin Fields was just so bad, but they also had weapons. So when they finally did get Caleb Williams, he showed you the signs in year one, and then year two was able to take off. If the Jets ultimately, their future quarterback is somebody they have to draft next year, it doesn't hinder them in getting that player if they win 7 or 8 games. If they win 9 games and they miss the wild card, are Jet fans truly going to be pissed? If they win 8 games, and obviously they're not in it, but they missed the wild card, are you truly going to say this was an unproductive season? Yes, with the main goal being getting to the playoffs and competing for a Super Bowl, sure. But if your goal is to build something, that is the way to go. And I know a lot of you don't believe in Aaron Glenn, and that's okay. He hasn't given you a reason to believe in him yet. Maybe it's a little blind faith for me. But you want him to be the guy. You don't want to go out there and say you don't have the guy. Because I can guarantee you this, if the Jets are picking third and they win 3 games this year, they're not going to be the most attractive team on the market to a head coach. Where people are saying, oh, that guy's going to go there. The established head coach you want. We act like that's just a given. Oh, we'll go get somebody like Mike Tomlin. Who's to say Mike Tomlin wants to be here if the Jets are awful this year? So why not go out there and hope and prove that Glenn is the guy. Now, if the Jets go out there and Geno Smith stinks and Glenn is obviously a disaster again at head coach, but the talent's there, then fine. You're going to get rid of him. You know Muji can bring in talent. But then you have to hope that your veteran talent wants to stay. That Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, McDonald, these guys want to stay. There's that aspect of it too. If the Jets go out there, let's say, I think, which is a realistic expectation, they win 7 or 8 games, and they're putting up 20-plus points a game. And they look like a good offense. Geno's turning the ball over too much. They can't close. The defense isn't really there yet. You're going to sit here and be really optimistic about the next season. You're going to be an attractive market, an attractive team, destination for a veteran quarterback, or you're going to have the ability to go out there and draft the guy you want. You have 3 first-round picks. I don't know what the Colts are going to be. Healthy last year, I thought they were one of the best teams in the AFC, but we don't know what they're going to be. We don't know, the Cowboys, I think the Cowboys are a good team, but they've not shown the ability to stay healthy. And if that defense isn't as improved as people believe, you could have, 2 picks between 10 and 15, and depending on how the Jets figure out, a pick between 5 and 15. That's enough. If you're trading 3 or 2 of those picks plus the next year's first-round pick, you could still go get the quarterback you want in the draft or trade for an established quarterback already out there. 888-808-1019. There is optimism around football in this market for a first time in a long time. John Harbaugh brings a winning pedigree. I know he's only got the 1 Super Bowl, but he's consistently in the Super Bowl contending picture. Jackson Dart and a roster that I think has talent and I think could compete in a division that I expect, even if the Eagles and Cowboys are better, I do expect the Eagles to take a step back, and there's no guarantees with the Cowboys. And Washington may take a step forward, but are they any better than the Giants? We don't know. So there's a lot of optimism with the Giants expectation-wise, but also realist-wise. With the Jets, it's a lot of optimism, and it's a lot of what I think could be. But there is optimism nonetheless around these teams. Thomas in Atlanta, what's going on, Tom?
What's up, Gallo? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, dude?
Doing good, bro. The Jets, bro, there's 5-6 wins, bro, this season. Let's build a culture. Let's build at least some winning. We won 2 to 3 games last season. I want Aaron Glenn to at least fight for his job because he is fighting for his job.
Right.
So if we're 1-5, Aaron Glenn is gone.
Right, and then you're starting Cade Klubnik, and that's it. The season's over, and you're looking the next year.
But yeah, I think the Jets have the offense. I think we're right at where Aaron Rodgers came in. We got a number 1 receiver. We got a good running back. We got a good O-line. We just need to put the pieces together for the Jets, Gallo.
Right.
But Gallo.
And Tom, real quick. I would even say you have a better offensive line right now than you did with Aaron Rodgers. Like, this is a good offensive line unit. Like, that group is a much improved group as it to 2-3 years ago.
Yes, they have a young core, Gallo. But Gallo, you're a Premier League fan too, huh? It's starting the weekend.
I know. I have it on in the studio right now.
You have it on right now?
I do. Who are you a fan of?
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, tell Enzo Maresca to take his hands off Enzo Fernandez. I'm a Chelsea fan. Come on, Blue.
Well, I'm curious to see how City takes off with the new manager. But Chelsea's in for another sorry season. I'm sorry, bud.
Gallo, that's not what. No, good. You're in for a sorry season. You guys have no defenders. You have no midfield. You only have Holland out top. Tell Enzo to take his sticky fingers away from Enzo Fernandez. Focus on the bums you guys are now. Tell Saudi Arabia to pump all that oil money back in your club so you can go get a Vinny Jr. or
I'll take it. Hey, listen.
Whoever you want to go get, but keep your hands off Enzo Fernandez.
I appreciate you, Tom. Good call. We are in the opening week of the Premier League. My season really starts when Serie A kicks off, and we're in the middle of, right now, NYCFC grasping to a playoff spot as I wear their kit today. But it is the start of the other football, as we call it, soccer. Mike in Florida, what's going on, Mike?
Yo, what's going on, brother?
How are you, dude?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm doing great. I'm here with you guys. How could I not be doing great?
That's awesome, man. I made the decision. I'm not buying the Sunday ticket. Do you know how much the Sunday ticket is going for now?
I don't. I've actually never had the Sunday ticket, Mike.
I'm down in listen. I'm down in Florida,
right?
Okay, and I'm a Giants and a Jets fan, so I like my teams from New York, but
and you get held hostage with the. Where in Florida are you?
I'm in Tampa.
So you're held. So you get the Bucks every week.
No Bucks. Nope. No, I never changed my team affiliations.
No. But I'm saying the local market there. You're getting the Bucks every week.
The local market that's what you get, and I'm still a Giants fan and a Jets fan, but I'm not spending $4.99 for the Sunday ticket. Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
And Mike, what they need to do before you get to the Yankees point, they need to. The NBA has it where you can, if you're at a market, you could buy one team and just follow that one team.
You could buy. You know how much a game is?
For which one?
All right, let's just say you wanted to buy and purchase a game, a Sunday football game. You wanted to watch, the Giants against the Packers or something like that.
Right.
How much do you think that game cost?
I have no clue.
$40.
40. That's crazy. But I didn't know. I thought you weren't allowed to do.
No point.
But I thought
you're better off going to a bar and sitting there and watching with all the other fans because nobody's from here. Okay, nobody's from here. They're all from Ohio. They're from Michigan. They're from Massachusetts.
Right.
But they all want to watch their teams. So. You don't have a choice.
So let me ask you this: you're saying that you could buy individually? I thought you had to buy the entire package.
No, you can buy a single game on DirecTV. I'm with DirecTV.
Oh, I got you. And then
I'm not. I mean, because the cable stuff, I have cable for my internet and stuff, but I still have DirecTV because. I purchased the baseball package is the best package. I mean, I still watch the Yankees every single night. I mean, the baseball package, $138 for
you get thousands of games, and you get the 4-box.
You get
everything.
Them all.
It's out, and
you get everything.
It's a great. Great. I get it every year. I don't need to get the NBA one because there's enough national NBA games that I could get my out of market. Fix, but for baseball, I like to watch more than just the Mets and the Yankees, and it's a good value.
I'll give you a better one. Because it's the sport I play, and I still play to this day. And I'm 56 years old, but I still play it. I'm a hockey player. The NHL package, you get every single NHL game. And I'm not
isn't that
missing my Islanders.
You get ESPN Plus and you get the games.
Yes, but I get NHL. I get NHL.com, and NHL package is $138. You know how many games I watch a night
100%.
When the season's on? Three games a night.
Mike, real quick, because you had a Yankees point and we're up against it. What was your Yankees point?
How can they listen? You can't win in baseball scoring 3 runs a game. How do they figure out how to fix the hitting? They have to hit the baseball.
Mike, I appreciate the call. I mean, right now they have to get guys back. That's how they fix it. And as much as I was negative the last time I spoke to you, they're on a 5-game winning streak. They've made up 4 games this week on the Rays. They're 3 games out. They put distance between themselves and the Red Sox. There is not a lot that I could criticize them about right now because they're winning games and the pitching continues and you got good injury news. The Max Fried thing doesn't seem like it's as serious as we first thought. Judge is hitting off a tee. That's positives. I wanted to point out, too, with what Mike was talking about the Sunday ticket. So it says that if you are a YouTube TV subscriber, so you have to pay for YouTube TV, you get the standard base price for Sunday ticket is $379, and then it's $419 if you include Red Zone. If it's I'm guessing this is DirecTV, and it's the channel, it's $479 with a $519 bundle for Red Zone. That's crazy. And I get it. You're paying for the entire season. I've never actually bought the NBA League Pass, but they've had promotions. Like I think it was FanDuel a few years ago. If you placed an NBA bet on the opening night, you got 3 months of NBA League Pass for free. And there's like other times where you get the promotion, you get a couple months of it for free. They have the option to just buy one team. When baseball, I don't know if they have that option. I do get the whatever it's called, League Pass or Extra Innings, whatever the hell it's called. I get that every year because I'm just a baseball freak. If the NFL, I've never bought Sunday ticket, and I am one of those people who roots for an out-of-market team. I would buy it if they gave me the option for a single team. And I just don't do it. I'm not going to tell you. I don't want to get myself in trouble. I don't tell you I watch the games. And then obviously nationally televised games. I also don't feel the need. With baseball, there's not enough nationally televised games with the amount of games going on. For basketball, I don't feel the need to have to, I see the Knicks play every night. I don't need to get that out-of-town fix because there's a national televised game every single night of the week. So I get my NBA fix no matter what. Baseball, the problem is there's not that many nationally televised games anymore. And with the amount of games, it's just not the same. And then hockey, I am more of a local guy, casual fan. But it's the value there. Every other bundle, whether you're a soccer fan and you get them bundled in with your Peacock or Paramount. If you're hockey, you get it bundled in with ESPN. There's benefits to that. With the football, some of these times you have subscriptions to the channels and you can't even stream them if you're not on your TV. 888-808-1019. We got a lot to get into. We'll continue the conversation about the Yankees, the Jets, optimism there. And we'll get into what was an embarrassing loss. Kind of an embarrassing night all around. The Mets losing the way they did, and then Pete Alonso hitting another homer just pours salt on the wound. And Bayonne Little League wins again. They're on to another matchup tomorrow. That exciting run continues. Anthony Gallo, back after this.
It's the Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on the Fan, 101.9 FM.
At some point, I know it's not going to happen today. It's not going to happen until he eventually wins the World Series. I think there's going to be a greater appreciation for Aaron Boone. I don't think people realize how hard it is to do what he's doing as manager, keeping the Yankees afloat, keeping them obviously without Judge over 500 now. That's not easy to do.
Get the Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
This is Modelo Especial, a full-flavored golden lager with a crisp, refreshing taste from start to finish. Brewed with time, effort, and determination to get the balance just right. Because when a beer is made right, you can feel it. Modelo Especial, the model for everyday beer. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Diving for that grounder got you grounded? We've got specialists for that. Layup take you down? We've got specialists for that. With nearly 50 Castle Connolly top doctors, Orland & Cohen specialists are considered among the best in the nation by their peers, which can mean a better outcome for you. From Staten Island to Southampton, our network is open 7 days a week, so you can feel better, faster. Visit OrlandCohen.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Right now, the team in the Bronx is trading at 10% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $863 if they win the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This message is brought to you by Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman. A few missing pills, a sudden change in behavior, trouble at school, sleeping all day. Sometimes the signs of opioid addiction start small. Seeing the signs early can save a life. Opioid deaths are down in Nassau County, but one life lost is one too many. If you or a loved one needs help, call 516-227-TALK. That's 516-227-TALK. It could save a life.
Talk New York sports. Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets. Get in the conversation and make your voice heard. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Cool. The great C-Mag, I think he has come back ashore from his Disney cruise. He is back this week, and then he will be back in this time slot next week. I will be back Friday night after the Yankees 10-2, 888-808-1019. I have a little family party today, but the hopes is we're going to go see a movie tonight, hopefully. But you still can't get tickets to Odyssey. And the other options we're looking at is The End of Oak Street. Did you see Odyssey, Alex?
I did.
And it was good?
Yeah, I have it in my top 5 Nolan films.
Okay, and that's the lofty list of films right there. I still can't find a place that has. It's either...
I didn't watch it in IMAX, though.
I don't care about that. At this point, I don't care about watching it in IMAX. I just want to go see it. But it's either there's no tickets available or you have to sit in like the front row. And for a 3-hour movie, I've done it before. But for a 3-hour movie, that's too much.
It's also very loud.
Well, it's fine. I can deal with that. If it's not an IMAX, though, it's not going to... Unless you go to one of these theaters where they like have that... I forget what they call it now, but it's like the Dolby Cinema theaters where it's just a regular thing, but it's extra loud. But End of Oak Street is the other option if we don't go see Odyssey, which is like Jurassic Park in the suburbs. But it looks good. And I'm a very easy person to appease. I was going to tell you no spoilers with Odyssey, but it's 3,000 years old. So if I haven't read Homer's poem yet, I think I can do it. But it's impossible to get tickets for it. It's like a Knicks playoff game. But that's the goal. Tonight is to go see that. 888-808-1019. Alex over here enjoying the Premier League soccer as well as his team, beat a minor league team yesterday, 3-0.
Minor league?
Yes, my minor team. And, he's taking laps on social media, but we'll see. It's going to be a fun season. It's very fun. Also, I'll tell you this much. If we could get, I know Hard Knocks gives us, it's kind of watered down at this point. If we could get the level of insight that these soccer documentaries give you, where they've got cameras in the locker room, if you are a soccer fan, and I promise we're getting back to the football stuff in a second, but to see guys getting ripped by their managers in the locker room as a part of a documentary, and there's really nothing held back at times in some of these documentaries, would be great. And the NFL, you get one owner say something about not losing a player, and then you never get which was the best Hard Knocks, which was the Giants Hard Knocks about the front office. In my opinion, that was the best Hard Knocks. As an avid franchise mode player in video games, maybe that's why it stroked my fancy, but that was the best. But it's funny. I'm watching the Mourinho doc, and there was some other stuff about Pep Guardiola. They are historically great managers, and no holds bars, essentially. There's no watered down, here comes Mitch Johnson from the Spurs to talk to, the Seahawks about how he built a contender. Kermit in Ridgewood, Queens. What's going on, Kermit?
Hey, Anthony. How you doing?
I'm good. How you do, dude?
I'm pretty good. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you calling.
Hey, Anthony. The reason I'm calling is just basically, I know this is probably a broken record, but it's about the Yankees offense. Now, somebody commented before. They said, how do you fix it? And, your comment was, we got guys coming back. And I understand that. But let's do a hypothetical. What if those guys weren't coming back?
Oh, then you're stuck. You can't fix it then. You're just stuck with the offense being what it is.
Right. I mean, is there anything that Aaron Boone himself can do as far as changing the plan that he has set? Because he has a plan, and he just continues it, and he doesn't bother to change it.
Well, I mean, because you can't just shove guys. The one thing, Kermit, is you can't just shove guys into a spot and think that that's going to fix it. Like a guy who's hitting sixth, if you bat him fifth, it's not changing much. And I appreciate the call. I got to let you go. There's too much noise in the background. And not for nothing, the Yankees haven't had Judge for the majority of the season. They haven't had Stanton for the majority of the season, and Cody Bellinger has been out a huge chunk of the season. And just looking within their own division, they've only scored 14 less runs than the Rays. So, yes, their offense has not been great, and it hasn't been great the last month. It's been very bad the last month. They're still finding ways to win. They have a 96 run differential. They're 18 games over 500. They're 3 games back of the number 1 seed in the American League. And they're still one of the 5-6 best records in all of baseball. So as bad as it's been, it hasn't been that bad. And this is not that's the answer, though. It may not be the answer that it's going to make you feel better, but you got to get Bellinger back, step 1. You got to hope that Judge progresses in his hitting program. That's step 2. And there's no word on Stanton. And losing McMahon is still, that's kind of a blow because you're now not going to replace him with much offense, but you're losing a solid defender. He will be back. It's a sprained thumb. Bellinger, the thought is hopefully on tomorrow or Monday, he's back. That's the hope. Yesterday, I don't know if somebody officially spoke, but they said that the 23rd or the next day would be when he comes back. Fried is scheduled to throw today against a live batting practice, so hopefully he's back. And they're probably not going to have him rehab. I don't know what happens if the minor league calendar ends and a guy needs to rehab. And for Judge, this was Thursday, I think, is he started hitting off a tee. So that's where you're at with that one. And then the last thing, and this is coming from MLB.com, Stanton he's been hitting including live batting practice toward the end of his running program and doing well. That's what Boone said. There was nothing new or concerning with Stanton's progress, so they're probably taking it slow with him. But that is the answer. If the Yankees are going to fix this offense, unless there is a ridiculous leap from players like, Lombard or Jones, and I'm not saying they've been bad, but I'm saying where they turn into a guy like Chris Bryant was his first season with the Cubs where they can be the best player on a team, they're not going to change the offense much. Or somebody gets hot that we're not expecting. Jazz finally gets out of his year-long slump. It's going to be getting healthy. The pitching's not going anywhere. And then the hope is you get to mid-September, guys can get some major league reps in before the playoffs, and away you go. I expect that Bellinger and Stanton at least will be back at some point. Obviously, Bellinger back this week. Stanton a week or two after that. We're going to get some, an actual definitive timeline, if he's not back in 2 weeks. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if we hear this week he's going for a rehab assignment. And then this is just me projecting. And then the week after that, we may see him. Judge, it's a little bit more complicated. I don't know if they're just taking it really slow and cautious with him, if he's still not 100%, but now they're ramping it up because he wants to get back. We don't know. 888-808-1019. We'll continue the Yankees conversation, optimism around the football teams. We talked about the Jets. We'll get into the Giants playing their second preseason game. We'll get into why you should be optimistic, not just because of the quarterback or the head coach. Anthony Gallo, we'll get to your calls as well. Anthony Gallo on The Fan.
It's Boomer and Geo. Mornings on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
Somebody will give them a chance, just like somebody gave Sam Darnold a chance, somebody gave Baker Mayfield a chance. It goes on and on and on and on. There's always players like that. But I just don't think that, you want to have a sourpuss in your locker room.
Sourpuss. Get Boomer and Geo on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
Hey everyone, Boomer Esiason here, and school's about to start, and you know what's coming. Fees, supplies, sports, all of it. And the last thing you need is your phone bill creeping up too. That's why I love Red Pocket Mobile. No sneaky rate hikes, no surprise increases on your plan. 20 years they've been doing it that way, and you get your pick of all 3 nationwide 5G networks. Right now, their back-to-school sale gets you up to 4 months free on an annual plan. Visit redpocketmobile.com today. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John always listens to his truck. So when his brakes start talking, he goes to AutoZone, where a helpful AutoZoner gets him the right parts. If John has time to put them in, he borrows a kit with Loan-A-Tool. And if he doesn't, he gets a free shop referral. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. 1 offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable Scent Boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
The Rico Brogna podcast is proudly sponsored by Takara Fuji Apple Chew High, the sparkling cocktail that blends shochu spirits with delicious flavors of fruits from Japan. Whether it's Citi Field or your favorite spot, raise the apple.
Talk sports with Evan and Tiki. Middays 10 to 2. WFAN. WFAN FM. WFAN FM HD1 New York. An Odyssey sports station.
That's right, 888-808-1019. No, before we get back into the pro sports, the coolest story right now, obviously football's in preseason mode. The Yankees are battling for the division. The Mets are being the Mets. The coolest story in sports in the tri-state area right now is this Bayonne Little League team again winning yesterday. And I got home a little bit later. I was running around grabbing some stuff before I got home, but I caught the end of the game. And I got in just in time to see Mason Rincon's home run opposite field, which was awesome. And Justin Smith, their manager, is doing a great job over there. So it's really cool. And it sounded crazy. The amount of people. I know it's not the craziest drive, but 3.5 hours, I feel like. I'm assuming that's with traffic. Or without traffic. I don't know how much it is with traffic. But it sounded insane, and they were playing a team from Pennsylvania, so really cool story. They play tomorrow. I don't know who they play tomorrow, but they play at 1 o'clock, I think, tomorrow, so we'll be locked in on that. I got to go see a wedding venue, me and the fiance, but I'll have it on my phone. It's going to be tough to, we'll be in Jersey, but it's going to be tough to justify why I'm not 100% locked in because I'm watching Little League Baseball. But a really cool moment, and it's really just everyone's getting behind them. Yesterday, Craig had on, I think his name was Matthew Gill, the vice president of Bayonne Little League, who was on the bus down or up to Williamsport. So really cool. Just a cool moment. And it's always a fun, little break from the professional side of sports to get that amateur, just innocent, pure feel to the game. And those kids are killing it. 888-808-1019. Ed and Clark, what's going on, Ed?
Gallo, how you doing, buddy?
My man.
I was just with your buddy Glenn Fredericks the other day.
Glenny Fredericks?
Yep.
He's out of his mind.
Good man.
He is out of his mind.
He's the best, though.
He is. So real quick, before we get into the conversation, obviously I talk about a lot about my Brooklyn roots. I am from, I grew up, went to high school in Spotswood, New Jersey. Spotswood.
Right. What I did was I had called you about a year and a half ago. You were on a late shift. And I mentioned Glenn's name. You were so happy as hell that I brought his name up. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and his brother Danny was my JV basketball coach, fixed my free throw shot. But they're awesome brothers. But Spotswood, very small school, underfunded. I graduated with 180 kids, but has one of the best baseball programs in all of New Jersey. And it's because of Glenny Fredericks. Great guy, psycho baseball coach. But what did you want to talk about, Ed?
But I want to talk about that Bayonne Little League team. As a former college coach, I am very impressed with that team. Two of the reasons why that they lost it. Well, one of the reasons why they won both games. They do a great job of making the starting pitchers work.
Yeah.
And they're out of the game in a hurry.
And it's so impressive. I get it. These are, very good little leaguers. They're, what are they, 12 years old? They not just them, but watching some of the games, how good these kids are at doing things that at times, the little small things like turning a double play. Bayonne turned a double play last night, and I was so impressed that the Mets can't even turn a double play like that.
Hold on. Anthony, that's the second time in the World Series they've turned a 5-4-3 double play. Do you see the arms of that infield? Those kids are studs.
Yeah, and they've done a great job. It's just been fun. It's always I'm not going to tell you I'm locked in every year, but it's always fun. I'll watch the finals, and I love to see just the environment that's there because it is such a pure level of baseball. And being a baseball nut, it is nice to step away from the major league corporate side of it and watch just that innocent level of amateurism. But this story is awesome. I know a few years ago I forget where the team was in New York that made a run.
Elmore from Elizabeth.
Right. So it's great. And Mason Rincon is electric. The kid hits bombs.
Oh yeah, they're legit. But two other points I want to bring up,
right.
And then I know you got other people to get on. The catcher, as a former college coach, the catcher Bridges is probably the best framing catcher I've seen for a 12-year-old. You watch the 12-year-olds when they catch, they all pull the ball, pull the ball in and all that stuff. This kid's got soft hands. Whoever he worked with has done a great job with them. And I want to bring up one other point.
Yeah.
The Klimkowski boy does not throw hard.
The kid that pitched yesterday.
Last time. He was a pitcher. That's right. You don't have to throw hard to be a successful pitcher.
No.
But I feel good about the Bayonne team. And tomorrow they play Iowa at 1 o'clock. That's who they play.
At that age, you have to throw strikes. That's it. You don't have to throw hard. And Ed, real quick, because Clark, I have one of the best burgers I ever had at White Diamond in Clark.
That's one of my favorite spots. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Hold on. You can get a burger, French fries, and a drink for $7.
It's awesome. And that bar, I forget what the bar that was next to there. We used to stumble over from that bar at like 1 in the morning.
Tarantella's, it's an Italian restaurant bar.
Yeah, we used to stumble over from there, and my buddy used to work in Clark, dated a girl from Clark, so we'd go out there. But the White Diamond, awesome burger, and I appreciate the call.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, White Diamond is like the best way to describe it. It's a good burger. It's an actual burger, but it's made similar to like a White Castle burger with the onions in it, and it's awesome. And it looks like it's straight out of like a 1950s movie. It's got like the shiny awning on the outside. Awesome spot. Awesome. It's so funny going down memory lane. Glennie Fredericks, a lot of little things I say sometimes is stuff he used to yell at us when we play baseball, but truly a great baseball mind. And watching the Little League games, it is funny to see just the excitement around this team, especially like what we've been through. We have the Yankees are still in it. I know a lot of people down on them, going with the Knicks. It just feels like another great sports story to get us through the rest of the summer. But they play tomorrow. It's very exciting. Pete in Jersey, what's going on, Pete?
What up, guys? How you doing? Good morning. Thanks for taking the call.
Thanks for calling, dude.
Yeah, so I got a few points, actually. Hearing you guys talk about a few things. First of all, let's get to the business. I saw Odyssey, hands down great. Me and my son went. Both loved it. I would make a recommendation. First, it is loud. I did see it in a regular theater, and I want to go back. I want to go back and see it again in IMAX. I think it's worth it. Totally
How hard was it to get tickets, though? It's been in the theaters for a month now, and I still can't get tickets.
Listen, it depends on where you are. I saw it in northern New Jersey. I searched around for a couple of theaters, and that's what made me say, you know what, maybe I got to not do IMAX right now so I could get a seat. And I just bounced around online, and I found tickets, and it was great.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, somebody in the YouTube chat said it's a great movie in IMAX, and I was like, well, it's either I wait, I got to buy a ticket 3 weeks in advance and to see it in IMAX, or I just go see it.
Again, it depends on what you prefer. You want to do IMAX? It's worth the wait. Buy the tickets ahead of time and do it. If you can't get tickets at IMAX and you want to see it in a regular theater, buy the tickets ahead of time, 3 weeks, whatever it is.
I
Go
appreciate
do it.
that, Pete.
But I would make a recommendation and just do even Cliff Notes. Just do a brief touch up on the story because
I love the story already. I mean, I am a big Greek mythology, all that stuff. I especially the more folklore stuff I love. So
there's not a lot of explanation in the movie. Like, you know what I mean? It just unfolds. All of a sudden you're in it. But whatever. You're going to love it. I'm going back, I know. Second thing, real brief on the NFL packages and whatnot. Right. Giants fan, huge Giants fan, but I'll watch any NFL game at any time. First of all, I have YouTube. $80 a month, YouTube TV. I'm in. Love it. Best move I made. Second, inside YouTube TV, I get the NFL package. I pay a couple $100 for the season, and I got every single game. I could split up the screen. I got every single game. I don't know about the individual game packages. I never even heard that before,
but apparently that's a thing. But listen, if you could do it, I get it. If you could do it, I'm the same way. I mean, I could really any sport I could just sit down and watch. But I get you. Like and it's also the most ingestible. It's the 1 day a week, but it's expensive. I mean, $400 is a lot of money.
But dude, it used to be 1 day a week. Now it's not. Now you got so many streaming services involved for media rights. Now you don't know where the game is. You got a Thursday night game. You got a Sunday night game. You got a Monday. You got this in there, and they're talking about expanding it. They're talking about doing other days of the week. So it's a growing game. I don't know if it's growing in the fact that everybody's going to love it. All these different things going on, whether it's where you could watch the game online or how many days of the week you can actually devote. But I'm telling you what I do, and I'll watch any NFL game anywhere. It works for me. I think YouTube is a great option right now, but there's lots of options out there. So find the one that works for you.
Right. I appreciate the call, Pete. Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's. I know. I've read it before. It's $300-$400 if you have YouTube TV already as an add-on, and then it's like if you have it through. I'm guessing DirecTV, it's $400 or $500. It's a lot of money, and a lot of money, and a lot of people don't have money right now. So I understand it. There's other ways to watch. I'm not getting myself in trouble, but there's other ways to watch. It's not as easy as it used to be, but there is. It's also, I live without it because I watch the Jets and Giants every week, and it's not just for work. It's just been my life. You know, imagine being a Broncos fan as a kid when the internet didn't exist, and I'm watching on ESPN Game Day, which is just like, it's just the football moving up the screen and down the screen, and then I'll watch the Jets and the Giants. So I watch them every week. I don't need to watch Red Zone. I will watch Red Zone, but I don't need to watch it. Like, I do enjoy ingesting single games. Or if I'm watching 2 games at once. If the Jets and Giants are playing, I don't mind that. I don't have a problem with Red Zone, but, like, it's the weird thing that, like, I almost appreciate the standalone games better because I get to just focus on the one game and I'm not checking every second what is happening in fantasy. Sometimes with football, it's a lot going on around it, and you get your attention gets taken away. Doing the, Gridiron Game Day last year for Infinity Sportsnet, I had to be locked in on every game, but also I've had those days where I've gone to a buddy's house and we had one game on there, Giants fans. We have the Giants fan game on, and then you have Red Zone on, and I don't really know. I know the outcomes. I don't really know what happened in those games. So it is nice sometimes to just focus in on the singular games. And then now, I have the ability to watch every Broncos game without incriminating myself. 888-808-1019. Steve in Staten Island. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you, dude?
Great. Great show today. So I was actually one of the coaches on the 2024 South Shore team that went to the Little League World Series.
That's the team I couldn't think of. That was the one
Yes.
I couldn't think of because I was still in Staten Island at the time, and I remember them going.
Yes, seventh team in Staten Island history. So, it was great. They do a great job for the kids. They're stars when they're there. It's an incredible experience. So I've been following that Metro team a little bit. They got a lot of talented players on that team.
Right.
So I felt like the first 2 teams they played, they weren't fully challenged yet. They will be challenged. That Iowa team is really, really good. The Rincon kid, not to take anything away from him, but if you noticed through the game, if you watch the pitch sequences, a lot of times these managers call change-ups and curveballs that just get hung up in the zone, and they get hit really hard. And I haven't seen him turn around a really good fastball yet, so I'm going to wait for that. Wait to see if he could do that.
Well, I mean, the kid's mashing, though. And, I mean, I always got that heavy-set kid. I appreciate the call. As a heavy-set guy, the best thing about the Little League World Series is the fat kids really shine. That's the best part about it. Yeah, you got your athletes, but the chubby and the fat kids really shine. We all had those kids growing up on our Little League teams that meshed. Mine was Ryan Ingstrom. We call him Rhino. He's a giant. He's still a giant, but he didn't do anything except for when he hit the ball, it went 7,000 feet when we were 12 years old. So there's a lot of people getting a kick out of it. A lot of my buddies getting a kick out of the references I'm giving you right now from my hometown. But no, it's a great weekend. I'm not going to sit here and break down what the kid can do and what he can't do. Like, if they win, they win. I hope they keep winning, but, it's still fun. I will say this. The inclusion of the game and the players' weekend stuff is really cool. Like, I do love that, just everything they do around the game. The players are stars. They go out there. They bring the pros in for that singular game. I think it's fun. I think it's really fun. It is the Brewers and the Braves tomorrow night. And the kids get to sit with the players and they get to interact with them. I just think it's an awesome experience. And it's the other cool thing on a human level. And I always say that go touch grass and talk to human beings. People aren't as bad as you think they are. There's no, and the World Cup showed us that. The Knicks, run showed us that. The people, we're not bad. People are good people. Go around. It's actually pleasant to be around other people. But my favorite thing about the Little League World Series, and it's similar to the World Cup, is the show. You get these kids from other countries, Japan, Taiwan, Africa, whatever it is. They're from all over the globe. They have kids coming there. And you have kids we're a gigantic country. Kids that live in Nebraska are a lot different than kids that live in New Jersey, and kids that live in California are a lot different than kids that live in Iowa, whatever it is. Just how much they all get along. They come, you see them having funny moments. It's even more incredible when you see two kids that don't speak the same language laughing and having a good time. It's cool. It shows a little bit of that human level, not just on this field, but off the field. But they do a great job. And it's one of the few times Major League Baseball gets it right. The Players Weekend, you see a lot of the younger guys getting to show a little bit more personality, have a little bit more fun. We forget it's a game. It's also in my opinion, baseball has been one of those games that's been made to feel like a country club when it's not. Save that for the golf course. It's still a game. It's still fun. You're spitting on the field. You're spitting seeds. Your pants are dirty. This is one of those moments they do a good job all around. The game at the Major League game in Williamsport, all of that. 888-808-1019. Angel in Fords, New Jersey. What's going on, Angel?
What's up, Anthony?
How you doing?
I'm great, brother. So I was just going to ask you a question. Have you ever thought about what if, obviously scenarios, if Judge was in the lineup for the last 2 months, what the Yankees plus ratio would be on wins? I say it's plus 10 wins. If he was in the lineup.
I could go back, and it's crazy because, I always talk to myself about how much a single player can impact a team. If Judge was on the Yankees right now, how many games have they lost? 3-1, 3-2, 2-1, 1-0.
That's my point. And like I said, they are exactly what I envisioned the Yankees without Judge. And it's been barbaric. And thank God they're pitching great. But Jesus Christ, he's overusing their bullpen. I'm so worried about them.
I think that the starting pitchers have been great, but there's been a couple of starts where they've been not ineffective, but inefficient, like where they're having good starts, but you're not realizing it. They're throwing a ton of pitches, and that's costing them. I think Boone is just managing I know everyone wants to get on Boone. I think he's managed the pitching staff miraculously. But to your point, Angel, even if they had Cody Bellinger the past 3 weeks, I think they're 3 wins better. If they had Stanton and Judge for the majority of the season, I think, like you said, 10 wins better. And they're running away with the division at that point.
Right, they're 7 games up in front. There is no question. And I still think they're gonna win the division because I think Tampa Bay's finally showing who they really are. they're falling down a little bit. They're a great team.
I also think Tampa Bay got away. Like, we talk about the Yankees offense. Tampa Bay's offense is not that much better than the Yankees offense. And I do think they've gotten away with that a little bit. They've also been an extremely streaky team where they win a ton in bunches and then they have these dry spells.
Yep, but them losing to the Orioles was big for us. I just want to tell you, me and you are kind of similar. I think you're 61, right? I'm 64.
No, I'm 34.
I apologize. I got the wrong answer. Hey, listen, you sound great on the phone. I appreciate you, and I love your content. I think they need to hear more of you.
Oh,
You're a great guy.
Angel, I appreciate the call. Thank you, dude. I do sound 64. You know, I've sounded like this since the 6th grade, by the way. I always got in trouble. I can never blame it on somebody else. We will get back to the conversation, and it's funny he brings up the Judge and how many wins he would have changed. And, this is a Mets thought before we go to break. I wanted Pete Alonso back. And for a lot of this season, I thought it didn't matter if Alonso, Nimmo, and Diaz were back. The Mets still would have been a bad team. The way they've played the last few weeks, and now they sit where they sit, only 13 games under 500, and it's bad. I'm not saying only, but I do think when they were 20 games under, I was like, oh, what would they have been, 10 games under if they had Pete Alonso and Nimmo and Diaz? Now I feel like their season's drastically different. When you're looking at they're 4 games out of a wild card spot, 5 games out, I think, if Alonso and Diaz and Nimmo were back. And, it's just funny thinking about the Judge aspect, how much, for the Mets, we could talk about the injuries, but they're just not a good team right now, but how much that loss of Pete Alonso hurt them and was exemplified again last night as he hit his 30th homer. 888-808-1019. We got a lot to get into. I got you all the way to Yankees pregame at about 12:55. Anthony Gallo on the Fan.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
The R&B Tour, starring Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. The tour everyone's talking about. Over 2 million tickets sold and counting. Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting 2 of R&B's defining hitmakers. You have to see it for yourself. Now, due to demand, they're returning to East Rutherford, MetLife Stadium, October 15th. Get tickets Monday, August 24th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Verizon Small Business Days are happening right now. If you're a small business owner, Verizon business experts are ready to meet with you one-on-one to deliver expert support, special offers, and everything your business needs. It's great because they'll work with you to make sure you've got the best tech and plans to help you and your business get the win. Score a meeting with a Verizon business expert during Small Business Days, August 17th through the 30th. Call 1-800-483-4428 or go to verizon.com/smallbusiness.
Looking for the lowest price on name brand tires? Get to Town Fair Tire and get the guaranteed lowest price on any name brand tire. Nobody beats a Town Fair Tire deal. Nobody.
I can't. You can't spell American without it. And now during the Jeep Make This the Summer event, you can celebrate 250 years of the country that can with the vehicle that always can. I can go where freedom takes me and take it all in with Jeep Wrangler's legendary 4x4 capability. I can see this country in all its beauty, in Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV. And I can celebrate it all in the brand that America calls its most patriotic. And right now during the Jeep Make This the Summer event, well-qualified current Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xE or Jeep Wrangler 4xE lessees get an ultra-low mileage lease on the 2026 Jeep Wrangler 4-door Sport S for $299 a month for 36 months with $3,899 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra, no security deposit required. Jeep has won more awards over its lifetime than any other SUV brand. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Stellantis Financial Services. Current vehicle must be registered to consumer at least 30 days prior to lease. Extra charge for miles over 22,500. Not all customers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 8/31/2026. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on the DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries. Now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
Heading out to the store? Why not pick up some scratch-offs from the New Jersey Lottery? With tickets at different prices, it's easy to scratch and play at a lottery retailer near you.
Hey, it's Jerry Recco. Wind Creek Bethlehem is your place for all the action. Check out the high-energy casino floor for the hottest slots and table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette. Go for high-stakes play in the poker room and enjoy tableside massages and complimentary beverage service. Experience the thrill of live dealer stadium gaming or visit the sportsbook to catch the game and place your wager. Mix things up with virtual golf at Twisted Tees or axe throwing at Angry Jacks. Fuel up at your choice of eateries like Chop House, Urban Table, and Bethlehem Barrel and Draft House. Keep the night going with live entertainment or a handcrafted cocktail. Then relax in a luxurious guest room at Wind Creek's AAA 4-Diamond Hotel. Play online anytime in the Wind Creek Casinoverse. Download it for free from the Apple or Google App Stores. Wind Creek Bethlehem. Go for the W. Learn more at windcreekbethlehem.com. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Cameron Esiason here. You know what I learned in 14 years of playing quarterback? The teams that win in February did all their hard work in August before the season even started. Now, the same thing with your phone bill. Red Pocket Mobile's running their back-to-school sale right now. Pick an annual plan. Pay once and you're done. No bill, nothing else hits the budget all school year, and you get up to 4 months free on top of it. The savings are real, folks. Handle your cell service now. Forget it till next summer. RedPocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New York sports never stops, and neither do the opinions. Talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Join the show now at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
The Fan. Not gonna lie, I could go for some Wendy's right now. Not Wendy's breakfast, but some Wendy's. A nice Dave's double, some fries, some spicy nugs. Maybe get a little Frosty, dip the fries into Frosty. If you know, you know. I could go for some Wendy's right now, but that was the Yankees' turning point. It's so funny, and I'm gonna get sidetracked here. I saw a picture of Mickey Mantle when he was like 35. And just seeing, it's funny because everyone says that people look super young now, like they're not aging. Whenever I see guys, like I saw a picture of like a 29-year-old pitcher the other day. I forgot what his name was, a guy I watched growing up. And of course, back then it didn't matter, but like seeing a 29, how much people aged back then. Like it looks like Mickey Mantle has been working in the coal mines for 40 years when he was age 33. I know he's not taking care of his body, but I don't know. Just a thought I had. One other, note, the Cardinals the Dolphins are lining up to be one of the worst teams in all of football. And this doesn't really add to that, but sometimes I hear guys say something and it's just like the math is not mathing with athletes sometimes. And Malik Willis the other day, talk about somebody who looks a lot older than he is. Malik Willis, maybe it's because he's got the mustache without the beard, looks like he's a 38-year-old dad with 3 kids. Malik Willis said he does not need to tie his cleats on the practice field. He has the inner sock, keeps the shoe tight. Wouldn't you just, not want to risk it? Like, don't you think that you're playing with something that doesn't need to be played with? But it is what it is. But the Dolphins are gearing up. I never want to project and just say like a season's over before it started. Their season is over. And I would assume them and I feel like the Cardinals are going to be the 2 worst teams of football. But to what I started the show with, when I look at those 2 teams and I look at the Jets, I don't see that as anything close to what they are. I view the Jets as a team that struggled last year, but has talent on the offensive end. Has not a lot of talent on defense, but some young pieces. They have a good offensive line unit that's now played together a couple of years. And an offensive line unit that they were lucky enough to stay healthy last year, but the benefit of that is they got all those reps. And you look at teams like the Browns, the Dolphins, the Cardinals, and the talent is just not there. The Browns do have some pieces offensively, but they still have a decent secondary. But then you look at the Cardinals, and you have Trey McBride, and then what else? Marvin Harrison Jr., who did not show you a ton last year. And the Dolphins have Devin Achane, and that's it. And they're going to run him into the ground. I have this weird rule that a guy like Achane, who's on a team that I project to be one of the 3 worst teams in football, this is a fantasy thing. I don't know if you guys think the same way. Some people view it as, he's going to be their only weapon, so they're going to give him a ton. I don't draft guys like that. And he's a first-round pick in most leagues because, 1, teams are going to be able to key in on him, and 2, I just feel like with the amount of work he's going to get, they're going to hurt him. Like, he's going to get driven into the ground in that fashion. So it's something to watch. 888-808-1019. Stefan in Brooklyn. What's going on, Stefan?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, dude.
I want to wrap a little bit. Yeah, man. Dude, I want to wrap a little bit with you around this Mets thing. Like, I definitely agree with you that I think Alonso, the stats obviously we really missed the bat. Those sluggers don't grow on trees. But I think it's worth more than the 3 or 4 wins that, WAR or whateher projects. I think it's more about that.
I'm not looking at WAR as like.
And I want to talk about Senga.
Yeah, I got you. Real quick. I'm not looking at WAR as true. That's how many wins that guy. Like I know that's how they're calculating it. But when I sit here, like a lot of this season, the Mets were so bad that I was like, it didn't. Stearns did such. And this doesn't forgive Stearns, so don't confuse what I'm saying. Stearns did such a bad job that I was like, it didn't even matter if I wanted Alonso back, but it didn't even matter if they brought Alonso back. But now seeing the way they've played, last night was an embarrassment, but seeing the way they've played, and they are 13 games under 500, I don't think it's far-fetched to think, and I know Diaz has struggled, but Alonso specifically, I don't think it's far-fetched to think that if Alonso was here, this team is, 5-6 games out of a wild card, and yes, we're not in it, but we're still alive, and the feel is a lot different.
I agree because the guys that we're talking about, like Alonso, Diaz, Nimmo, these guys weren't the problem last year. Like, a lot of folks say they weren't the problem. Yeah, we didn't win with them, but they weren't like the issue. The issue was the starting rotation. Now, speaking of which, so I agree with you totally in this. So I agree with you. I think things would have been different. I want to ask about Senga because I know Senga, he's obviously, there's, accountability has to be held. He's had a lot of bad starts. He's blown a lot of things. Obviously, he started off last year really well, but then after the injury, he came back. No excuses. You're on the field. You got to perform. But obviously, something was still off. But right. I want to just pick your thought about the closing role. Like, I think he has this stuff. Anyway, to me, to make a long story short, I thought Senga's stuff was still good. So I'm glad he's getting this opportunity. I don't think it was ever like a stuff. Like, you can't have a 2023 season if you don't have like what it takes to make it in the majors.
Well,
so I want to hear your thoughts about what you think of him as closer. So thank you.
I appreciate the call. Great call. Great question. Listen, I'll put it this way. I was so in on Senga. I have Senga's jersey. Like, I thought he was a legitimate ace. And then last year he got hurt and it didn't play out that way. I did not expect him to come back. My issue with him was how much was he going to fight through injury that wasn't serious to battle for the team. I think he has the stuff. I do think that he completely lost it. And the closing role, he's able to focus all his energy on 1 or 2 innings. And let's see, he in 1, 2, 3, 4, in 6 games that he's come in as a reliever and as the quote-unquote closer, he's given up 1 run. He's given up 3 hits, 1 run, and walked 3 guys, in which he's faced, a decent amount of hitters. I think that, I don't know if he's going to be the closer next year. I would trust, listen, if your options are him or Devin Williams, they're going to both be on the team next year. And I don't think Devin Williams is just going to go away. I always thought Devin Williams was a better setup man. If Senga continues to pitch this well as a closer, you have to give him a shot in the bullpen next year, and you can't just throw it away. Now, if team wants to come away and take him off your hands, that's a different story. But you have to still think about it, and he has been good. Last night, I thought they had to save again with Yan, who's been good as well, or however you say his name. And, of course, he celebrates, and they don't call it strike 3, and then in the next pitch, he's walked off. You can't make it up. Senga has a 15. He's on the books for $15 million next year, and then he's got a conditional club option the next year. That option kicks in if the player. So 2028 option. This is all from Spot Rack, so forgive me if it is not absolutely the correct thing, but the option kicks in, the 2020 option kicks in if the player has Tommy John surgery or a right elbow injury that keeps him on the IL for 130 plus days. Option price increases $2 million with a Cy Young and $1 million if there's a 2nd to 5th in voting. So I would assume that he is, that the way that's reading out to me in my head is that kicks in if he misses the majority of next year, meaning that they are getting the insurance money, so they're just rolling it over to the year after. I don't think that option kicks in otherwise, and it most likely doesn't. So you have him for 1 more year at $15 million. If he's a productive back end of the bullpen guy, then you have to keep him because that's kind of value there. If you're getting him as a setup man or even a closer, that's value. I'm not ready to anoint him the closer. He's been very good, though, as the Mets closer, and he looks more confident. Senga's thing is it feels like he gets the yips. He's a little bit of a head case when things aren't going right for him. So I don't have an issue with him potentially being the closer. 888-808-1019, my dude. Waldy in Flemington. What up, Waldy?
Yeah, you already know. I'm on break, so I had to holler at you real quick. I agree with most of you, man. Like, I feel like Alonso definitely, I don't care what WAR says, Alonso's been so consistent for the Orioles that he's the only reason they have a chance of making the wild card.
Right.
If he's on our team, I'm telling you, we're in the wild card hunt.
Well, and the craziest thing, Waldy, is it's not even that he's been consistent. The last 2 months or 2.5 months, he's been one of the best power hitters in all of baseball.
For sure. And for me, I think we could have saved the season if we moved the Senga to the bullpen way longer ago. Everybody saw after the first or second inning, his velo would drop. So what that means? That means he is a relief pitcher. He is good for 2 to 3 innings with his best stuff. We look at it right now. He's a better closer than Devin Williams. Devin Williams needs to be a setup man like he was out with the Brewers.
Right.
Like, he needs to stick at setup man. We need to retain Senga and have him be our closer. That could have fixed the bullpen right there. Boom. And then at the deadline, you bring in an arm. And personally, I don't like the return that we got for Weaver. We should have gotten more. So we could have flipped Weaver for a starting pitcher or a better prospect that's able to be called up and give us some innings.
Right.
But, yeah, unfortunately, we're too far behind. But there was ways to fix this season, and Stern just sat on his hands thinking that, Polanco's going to get healthy and produce. Whack. And all these guys that he thought were going to turn around did not turn around. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that we wasted a whole season. I'm happy for the young kids, but yeah, this season could have been saved. We could have been in the wild card hunt.
It also doesn't help, too, that we've seen 2 teams fire their manager and compete this year, and the Mets decided not to fire them. And I'm not blaming Mendoza, but that could have been a change that could have been made earlier as well. The Phillies fired their manager. They're now competing. There was I forget which other team was, but there was another team in the league that fired their manager, and they're now competing.
For sure. And then my football point, I don't know if Jets fans need to get too excited about the offense, even though the first drive, Geno looked good. For me, that defense looked lights out. Clearly, the additions they made in free agency and draft picks, they have a well-rounded group. This is not going to be a group that's letting up 35, 42 points a game like they did last year. They're actually going to be able to stop a nosebleed and keep them in these games. We know Geno's more of a game manager, so you can't expect to put up 30 a game, but Jets will definitely be covering a lot of spreads this year. I'll definitely be making money off of them.
Dude, you're my guy. I appreciate you, Waldy. Great call. My guy, Waldy, one of my best friends, but he's also an avid fan listener. And we've argued about this before. Listen, I hope I'm wrong about the Jets defense. I feel a lot better about the Jets offense. And it's not because of just like on the shoulders of Geno Smith. It's the fact that they haven't gotten good quarterback play, but they have a good offensive line. They have the weapons on offense to actually do something. And Geno has proven that playing behind a good offensive line, he can throw the ball. He can air it out a bit. He's not going to be a 9-win difference. But if the Jets win 7 or 8 games, you're building a foundation and you're doing it right, and you're not hamstringing yourself and getting a quarterback next year because you have the 3 picks, you have the salary cap. You can go and move up in the draft if you want to. You can trade for a veteran quarterback if there's one out there. I just think that he's going to be so much better than what they had last year. He played behind the worst offensive line in football with one weapon, really. And, Genti never got going, and Brock Bowers was hurt at times. So for me to think with Breece Hall, Braylon Allen, Davis in the running back room, with Taylor and Sadiq in the tight end room, and Wilson, Mitchell, and Cooper and co in the wide receiver room, I think they could do noise. 888-808-1019. Howard in Boston, what's going on, Howard?
Hey, man, what's going on?
How are you, dude?
Good. Hey, I don't want to divert your show too much, but I want I do not call into these kind of shows. Honestly, I don't listen to sports radio very often. But what I do is like to acknowledge talent. I've never heard you before. And my son put you on this morning. I dropped him off a little while ago, and I just keep listening. You are really good at this, and I just wanted you to know that. I'm in the business. I manage comedians for a living. And when I first turned this on, and I'm listening, I'm like, this sounds like Brad Garrett. I wonder if this is a put-on. Is this like, you sound
This is my voice.
I've known Brad for decades. You sound I'm like, this is Brad. You haven't told him any funny things. I'm sure it's inside. I'm like, I think I'm listening to Brad. Anyway, I just want to take the time. People who do a good job should hear it. And I wish you the best of luck in your career, man. You're really good at this.
Thank you, Howard. I appreciate it. Thank you, my guy. Maybe his son's a Yankee fan, putting on the fan in Boston. I appreciate it. Thank you, Howard. And this is not a front. This is my voice. It's been my voice. I don't smoke cigarettes. I've sounded like this since the 6th grade. And, going to a small Catholic school, I always got in trouble. I couldn't be like, that wasn't me. They'd be like, yeah, it was. I would call, this is a true story. I've told this story before on air. I had a friend, Mark. I was a freshman in high school. I called his house. And I was like, hey, for Alex, this is foreign. But I called his house. I was like, hey, is Mark there? Can I speak to him? And his dad was not feeling it. He's like, who the hell is this weird man calling my 14-year-old son? And the next day at school, my boy Mark's like, I can't hang out with you until my dad meets you. He thinks you're a grown man. Like, he thinks you're a man that's trying to prey on his son. And I was like, no, I'm 14. So when I showed up to his house and he finally saw me, he starts crying, laughing, and he goes, I thought this was some Dateline thing. He goes, you're just a weird 14-year-old with a deep voice. So it's always been this way. I'm also extremely loud, so neither of it helped. 888-808-1019. The nuns had a field day with me in Catholic school. I went to public high school, so everyone was a nuisance there. Ralph in Manhattan, what's going on, Ralph?
Well, back in the 60s, the 70s, Anthony, I was afraid to speak because the nuns would actually whack you. It was a different time.
I did not get hit. I got water poured on me if I fell asleep in class, but I never got hit.
They'd have so many ways to torture you. They were good people, most, but there were a few
just
bad
a different
apples.
time. Just a different time.
Very, very, very different time. Let me say a word about the Bayonne Little League thing before I say something about the Mets. again, I'll harken back. I played, Little League Baseball in 1972, Patterson, New Jersey. And, we didn't harp on the fundamentals, but we knew how to play the game. Somehow, some way, we kind of accrued knowledge to play that game the correct way. I see these kids run these practice routes, and they do all these fundamentally sound practices and all kinds of things. But somehow between Little League, when they're very regimented, if you notice, to when they become, phenoms in the minor leagues, they lose all grasp of the fundamentals. If you notice, they can't go first or third. They don't know when to slide. They don't know when to do what baseball calls them to do. I don't know what is lost in translation between when they're younger days and older. I'll never know. I have no idea.
Well, I think that, Ralph, I appreciate the call, Ralph. Great call. I was never hit by the nuns, no. Water, I would fall asleep and they'd pour water on me. So that was the closest I got to anything like that. I don't think the fundamentals are lost when they get to the big league level. I think that they're playing 162 games. You're watching every second of the season, and they make mistakes. And then there are teams, like as much as we kill the Dodgers are a well-oiled machine, fundamentally sound. They run the bases well. Just look, the Astros have a very different roster than they've had in other years, but they are, again, fundamentally sound. I think it's organizationally, it goes from organization to organization. The Rays, how many times have the Rays in the past decade been a poor defensive team or not run the bases well or not done the little things well? They haven't, because the organization focuses on it. And I do think some teams get away from that. And you have your moments. Like Pete Alonso, perfect example. He is, much improved the last 2 years at first base. He's not a great first baseman. There are little things he struggles with. It doesn't make him a bad baseball player. He's also not paid to field first base. He's paid to hit bombs and score runs for teams. That's like there is that aspect of it too. I go back to it. Like, I just watched this thing about Piazza leaving the Dodgers and the breakup, and they call it beef. It's a YouTube channel, Secret Base. They do a lot of these like historic revisits of moments and like friction. Like, they call it beef. They go when there's two teams or players or a player in an organization, and it breaks down the deterioration of the Dodgers' relationship with the Piazza, which ultimately led to him being a Met. Growing up, the biggest knock on Piazza was he could do everything else. He wasn't a good catcher. He couldn't throw the ball. He didn't call a good game at times. I always thought he was better at blocking the ball than he got credit for, but he wasn't considered a good catcher. Who cared? The guy was the best hitting catcher maybe ever. Like, the fundamentals matter. And the greatest players do all the little things. Like, Ohtani doesn't just, pitch, he hits. And he doesn't just hit for power. He can, hits for high average, runs the bases gracefully. When he did play the field, he was a decent fielder. And you just don't get that a lot. Albert Pujols was never a speedster, but Albert Pujols, one of my favorite non-Mets, was an all-around, fundamentally sound player. It's just, I don't think it's the entire league is losing. Now, if you want to complain about the way hitting has gone, sure. I hate the approach that it's all or nothing, and it's either a walk, strikeout, or a home run is the goal, and it's what's valued, although I do think teams are getting away from that just a bit. But that you can have an issue with. That is, I guess, a change in fundamentals. I don't think the game is I don't think they're fielding the ball worse than they ever have. I don't. I think I see more miraculous plays now because athleticism has grown over time more than we've ever seen. 888-808-1019. John in Bayonne, what's going on, John?
I might have to change.
John, are you there?
I might have to change your name to Lou.
To Lou?
Yeah.
Why?
Luke Eric. You're filling in for Wally Pitt, whatever his name was.
I got you. Big Mac. You see that? Yeah. A Yankees reference against you there.
Yeah. And then number two is Fort Scott. I was on listening the other day with Fort Scott and Chris, what do you call knucklehead? And came down to it. These cookies going, oh, yeah, I'm going to see about Bart Scott taking over Big Chris's spot. I'm laughing to myself saying that.
Big Mac is the man. I get it. It is
I
funny.
know that. I'm just saying.
He's not going nowhere, and neither is the Carton Show.
Yeah, but I would love him back on nights because he was great.
I love him right where he is, the number one show in the entire market.
I mean, you know, when it comes down to it, he's Yankee. Tommy ain't Yankee. Tommy's freaking Mets driving me nuts.
Well,
you know?
I mean, I think also, and John, are you a Yankee fan?
100%. Dyed blue, man. My daughter's room was pinstripes.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm a Mets fan. I had the same thing on the Mets side. My room was blue and orange growing up.
Yeah,
but I think with Big Mac, people get so annoyed, and I think this is a symptom of certain Yankee fans, that him just being practical he gets told he's a shill because he's being practical and logical.
No.
And people don't. I get yelled at for being too positive at time about the Yankees when I'm just being logical about the way the season has gone.
No. I like the way he handles it, and that's the way it should be, because it is the Yankees and the Mets and all like that. But I think you have to be a little bit more positive for the Yankees because this is a Yankee station.
No. I don't think that that has nothing. I can tell you this right now. That has nothing to do with the way people talk about the team. We were the Mets station for years. How much did the Mets get crushed? You're positive about the Yankees because they're always good.
Yes.
The Mets are not. That's just it. And if you're delusional enough to talk yourself, listen, I have my hopes about the Mets next year. I see a little bit of a brighter picture than I did a month and a half ago, but I'm not. There's no cutting around it. The Mets are terrible right now. They're not a good team. They have some good young pieces. They have 2 stars. They may have a couple of veteran pitchers. They're not a good young team, and I do think the future, it's a terrible free agent class, so I don't know how they fix it, but I do think they could be fixed and compete next year. That does not excuse what happened, but if you're positive about the Mets right now in this current moment, you're delusional.
Well, the reason why I called you, Anthony, and I'm Bayonne Blue when it comes down to that, too. You know, this guy from Staten Island, they don't even got a bridge named after them, so don't even be talking about Bayonne, okay? When it comes down to, I don't want to hear about Iowa. I don't want to hear about this kid. Racone can't hit a fastball. If you can hit a changeup, it's much harder to hit a changeup than it is a fastball, okay? And this kid is a real athlete. The team is to hold together, and that's why they got that sign, Bayonne versus everybody. And the guy from Patterson was right. You know, they got the fundamentals down. They know how to play the game, and that's what we're missing in the pros. And he brought that up, which is great. But when it comes down to it, they turned the double play the other day. It was fantastic.
Oh, yeah, last night it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yes. You know, and you don't see that no more the way they do that. And the fundamentals are there. And in the pros, they get a little cocky and throw this way.
John, I got to push back a little bit. I mean, we see that double play. It's impressive for a child to do it because it's a routine play at the big leagues, but it's not a routine play for the average baseball player. Like me and you playing, it's not a routine play.
Yeah, but here's Anthony. Sometimes you get Jazz throwing side arms and being cocky about it. You know, I like the regular double play turn, overhand throw, go to first base. He's got to be fancy about it. Just get the job done.
It's also I appreciate it, John. I appreciate the call. A little good old fashioned across the river Bayonne Staten Island rivalry right there. We're getting a little out of our minds here. Like, yeah, Jazz can throw it sidearm. It's also how he's thrown his entire career because he does it every day. And I get it. You hate Jazz. He wears his. He's got a little bit of swag to him, which a lot of Yankee fans are allergic to, and he hasn't been good this year. I get it, but he's not the definition of bad baseball. He's been a very good baseball. He's having a bad year. Where this is not the deterioration of baseball. I see that double play every night. We got to relax a little bit, just a little bit. Bayonne is great. I got it. Baseball is not. I watch guys make amazing plays every night. It's a hard sport to play. You play 162 games a season. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. It's the same sport that 3 out of 10 times getting a hit gets you into the Hall of Fame. Let's just relax, please, for the love of God. And Yankee fans, and this goes back to my other point, talking about Big Mac and how being a little logical comes off as positive, and Yankee fans sometimes can't handle that. You guys are a good team. You masquerade and you cosplay as a long-suffering fan base. You're not. You've got high standards. I agree. Your team is good. You're a World Series contender, whether you get healthy or not. They are going to get healthy, but you're a World Series contender, whether you get healthy or not. Relax. And again, going back to it, I wanted to point out also, like with the Mets, I don't want anyone to think I'm excusing David Stearns here. I do think with Thornton and Scott, who we'll see pitch today, and McClain, and with Soto and Lindor and the two young outfielders in Ewing and Benj, there is something there to get excited about. It does not mean to get overly excited, but there is something there to get excited about going into next season that hopefully, I don't trust David Stearns, so that's where my confidence ends. But hopefully David Stearns can do something to fix this team to make them competitive for a wild card spot next year. Is that too much to ask? 888-808-1019. I got you for about a little under 2 hours left. We'll come back. The Giants play a preseason game. We'll look ahead to that and why, just like I thought with the Jets, there's a lot of optimism surrounding Big Blue. Anthony Gallo, back after this.
It's Evan and Tiki middays on the Fan. 1019 FM.
If that continues, hopefully, after this is post-trade deadline stuff, and you start to get your lineup healthy, and your pitching keeps staying as dominant as it has been, how can you not feel confident that they can get themselves back into this race with the Tampa Bay Rays? I don't see why you would be negative about them at this moment.
Get Evan and Tiki on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, let me tell you about something I just did because I think a lot of you need to do it too. I went to Princeton Longevity Center and did their brand new cancer check exam. And I'm telling you, I walked away incredibly impressed. They use advanced imaging, genetic testing, blood biomarkers, and AI technology to look for potential health risks before you ever have symptoms. Think about that. Why wait until something's wrong to start paying attention to your health? I wanted to know what was going on with my body now. And Princeton Longevity Center gave me that opportunity. And it's not just a bunch of tests followed by a report you don't understand. Their doctors sit down with you, walk you through your results, explain what they found, and then what you can do about it. I did it. I'm glad I did it. And now I'm telling you, get off the sidelines and make your health a priority today. Call Princeton Longevity Center at 888-8000-PLC. Again, 888-8000-PLC. Or visit them online, PrincetonLongevityCenter.com.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Hi, this is John Starks, and I'm Tyler Kolek. At John Starks Kia, we don't play games. No gimmicks, no tricks, no hidden fees, no surprises. Lease a Kia Sportage for just $333 a month with just $3 due at signing. What we say is what it is, period. See you at John Starks Kia in Queens. Go New York, go New York, go.
36-month lease excludes tax, title, and MV fees. No security deposit required. 10,000 miles per year. Expires August 31st.
No matter what you drive, having the right tire matters. So take control with a new set of Bridgestone tires from Town Fair Tire. You'll choose from the area's largest selection of Bridgestone tires, and you'll get the Bridgestone tire you need at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, Town Fair will give you more free services than all other tire dealers, clubs, or online sites. Nobody beats a Town Fair tire deal. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get the latest on the Giants and Jets on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Oh, that's right. Anthony Gallo, WFAN. Coming to you from the greatest city in the world, New York City, 888-808-1019. Before we get back to the calls, I don't know if you guys have seen the Ketel Marte story and what's going on there in Arizona. They are a game out of a wild card spot. They're 5-5 in the last 10. They've won the last 2. They're a game out of that wild card spot behind the Padres. They're 3 back of the Phillies. Marte, earlier in the week, goes AWOL. Like, they don't know where he is, and he's missing. Then reports come out that they know where he is, and he was, I don't know if they said he was suspended or something like that for a game, and then he's put on the IL for 10 days. Last night, he's caught out at, and listen, he's on the IL, so technically he's free to do whatever he wants. But coming off of what just happened and the fact that his team is playing a game and he's at the casino while they're playing the game, this has become a weird story, and it keeps getting weirder. And it clearly is rubbing them the wrong way because their manager, Torey Lavello, however you say his name, he said he felt betrayed. And then last night he said, once they're allowed to leave the medical facility, it's not like they're forced to stay there. They're allowed to do whatever they want. But the way he said it, you could tell he was very upset with the situation. And then, that's him responding to the pictures coming out of him at the casino and the social and the viral video. And it's all out there. You can see it. And his teammates all comment on it. Some of them said it's frustrating. They obviously all hope he's okay. And this is a guy who last year had to deal with some stuff. I guess it was because of the fans were being too rough on him. That cost him to miss time. But it's a crazy story because we're assuming the injury is actually there. He's had issues with his knee, and we're assuming the issue's actually there with his knee. And this wasn't a phantom IL stint because he went AWOL, and they don't want to completely embarrass this guy. And it's just something to monitor. He's a guy I wanted the Mets to chase in the offseason last year and, hopes this year. And he's a guy who I think would make an awesome fit for the Yankees. But now, how could you go after him? With all of this going on, how could you truly go after him? So just an odd story coming out of Arizona. Marte goes AWOL. He's missing. He's okay. They suspend him for the game, I think it was, or he was like benched for the game, scratched, whatever. And then they put him on the IL. And then after he gets, released from the medical facility for the IL stuff, like his testing, all that, he's at the casino while the Diamondbacks are battling for a wild card spot. 888-808-1019. Brian in Breezy Point. What's going on, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, Anthony? Pleasure. First time, long time. I've listened to the station since I'm a kid, huge Giants fan, season ticket holder. My dad's had him since 1957,
Right. Well, thank you for calling, dude.
Yeah. I'm actually in the car with my daughter, Dahlia. We're driving the Bethel Woods for a Kidstock, which the first annual Woodstock. They're doing a Kidstock. So
it sounds awesome.
Yeah, it should be fun. We're big Met fans. I got her to a game this year. One of my good friends from Breezy is the head of security at Citi Field now, so he got us on the field before the game earlier this year. I was at Game 7, 1986. I was 7 years old. My dad took me. He was at Game 6 with my mom when the guy parachuted in and landed on.
That's incredible. That's awesome. You'll never forget that memory.
Oh man, I remember we lived in Bayside, so driving home after my dad, instead of taking a shortcut home, went straight down Northern Boulevard. And I remember I had a little Let's Go Mets puppet. I was squeezing it, and the tongue said "Let's Go Mets" on it. And my dad bought me a pin on the way out that said, "I saw the Mets beat the Red Sox. Oh, what a feeling!"
That's awesome.
I still have it. Wearing on my jersey every time I go to a game.
That's fantastic.
But yeah. So good stuff. Yeah. So huge Giants fan. Hoping for a good season this year. I'm going to take my Dahlia, I think, to her first game this season.
Oh, she's in for a good one. So it's definitely a great year. Did you have a point, though?
Yeah, so the point is, I think the Giants are going to be a playoff team this year. I think they're going to be about a 10-win team. I think it's all coming together for them this year with the new coach, the new energy, with Dart staying healthy. I think this year, we're going to have a great season. So, go Giants. I
appreciate it. Thank you for the call. Enjoy the day. Enjoy Kidstock, Brian. I appreciate the call. Yeah, I mean, listen, I expect the Giants to take a huge leap just off the baseline that they're going to be a more disciplined team, a more well-oiled machine. I do think they got better, on the offensive line through the draft and some pickups. I do think that they have some weapons. I'm not crazy about their wide receiver room. They have a good running back room. But it's all of their playoff hopes, not their success in saying like, oh, they win 8-9 games this year. Their playoff hopes strictly reside on the shoulders of Harbaugh and Jackson Dart. I do think they can compete. Let's say Jackson Dart just takes a natural, second year. There's always a little bit of regression. I do think they still could compete. It would be a lot harder. I do think defensively, though, we keep talking about the secondary, and it is a concern. But what masks a poor secondary is a great pass rush. And if that pass rush is as good as it is on paper, that Giants team is going to take a huge leap defensively. It's just how I feel with them. And I just think that they've done a really good job, highlighting their strengths. Now, the one thing I do want to say, and I think Jackson Dart is going to be great. I think he's a good quarterback. I don't know if he's yet the guy, but that's something we're not going to know until at least the end of the season. We also don't, even if he struggles, it doesn't necessarily mean he's not the guy. If Dart goes out there and has his struggles, how does he respond? How is he talking? How is he dealing with the adversity? That's what matters. But I do think Giant fans also need to give this kid the grace to grow. And I'm saying that not because I think he's going to fail or I think he's going to necessarily struggle greatly, but you need to put into perspective that if he goes out there, because a lot of Giant fans are getting ahead of themselves with Jackson Dart, and I'm not saying that they're overhyping him, that he's not actually good. I think they think that he's immediately going to go in there and be their savior. Like, I think they think he's going to step on the field and immediately turn them into a 12-win team. And he's not. And it's not anything more than he needs to take the natural steps. He also doesn't have a lot around him. But if he struggles, Giant fans cannot just give up on him at the first sign of struggles. And you can't tell me you won't, because we've seen it a ton with other players. You gave Daniel Jones a long leash, but you kind of gave up on him until he won that playoff game. So if Jackson Dart goes out there and the team is 2-3, and let's say his interception to touchdown ratio, it's like a 3-2 touchdown interception ratio, you can't just give up hope and start to, regret being as excited as you were, because he's still a good player. Like, I think all the intangibles are there. I think the mindset is there. I think he's got to watch and not get hurt, and he's got to realize that their success resides on him being on the field. But if he's not a superstar this year, that's okay. And Giant fans need to know that. In this market, we're very unforgiving. With the Mets and the Yankees, all we want to do is call up the young guys. And then when the young guys suck, we kill them. All we want is the young quarterback to start. And when the young quarterback sucks, we kill him. You can't do that with Jackson Dart. If he starts well, but then the second half of the season, there's regression, you can't just start destroying the kid. There's too much that goes into the development of quarterbacks nowadays, and they're expected to compete immediately when sometimes that's not necessarily the right formula. 888-808-1019. Steve in Houston, what's going on, Steve?
Hey, my Gore buddy, what's going on, man? Thanks for taking the call. Hope all is well.
What's up, Steve?
And, hopefully you have peace of mind when you look over for some wedding, centers. Listen, so before I get to a Mets-Jets question, so you were doing the whole, sleaziest talk show host, Mount Rushmore.
Oh, yesterday. Correct? Right.
So Morton Downey Jr., correct?
Right.
Was one of the. Now, you're 34. I got about a decade on you, 46. It was a crazy show, but let's talk about a horrible Gore Buddy sequel, Predator 2, Danny Glover.
He's in that, right?
But if you go, exactly, he plays like this sleazy reporter talking about gangster wars or turf wars or whatever. That's how good he was, brother. That he had that cameo. So little homework, man, if you want to go watch a bad movie.
Well, I've seen it. That's the one with That's the one with. I'm looking it up right now. Yeah. That's the one with. Who's the lieutenant? Why am I forgetting his name?
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover's in that. Yeah. That one. Yeah. It is not good. The concept is a great concept, but it is not good.
Except for the ending where it's that Predator always beats Alien because he's got the head. All right, I know you're busy. Great to hear you.
I appreciate the call, Steve. I appreciate it.
One question here, though. So, who do you think makes the playoffs first, Mets or Jets? All right, brother. I'll listen to your answer.
I appreciate it. I didn't mean to cut you off there on that. You hit me with a hard question there. Mets or Jets? Sheesh. I mean, I would say that, I think it's the Jets. If the Jets do what I think they could do this year, and they win 7, 8, who knows, maybe 9 games, they're going to be a quarterback away. They're going to have a ton of cap space this offseason, and they're going to get loaded. And then hopefully the quarterback, whether they trade up to draft one or they trade for a disgruntled veteran, is going to put them over the top. And I do think it's a little easier. Well, I guess I can't even say that now with the extended wild cards. I do think it's easier to expect a team to be able to go from the depths of hell in football and make the playoffs the next year. We've seen it so much where teams go from last to first in their division. So I'll say that much. With the Mets, as much as I'm excited about what they have, the 3 young starting pitchers, the farm system, Benj and Ewing, Soto and Lindor, they have so many holes on this roster. They have a lot of dead weight. You don't know what you get out of the catchers. You don't know what you get out of Polanco next year. Or are they going to plan on using Vientos and Beatty as major pieces? So there's a lot to the Mets that needs to be fixed. The Jets, if all things work out, let's say they go as I'm projecting, Geno plays well, he's gone next year, but you're looking for your quarterback. You have your offensive line. You have your mostly your receiver room. You have a good running back room. Defensively is where you'd have to get better. And it's always easy to get better quicker through free agency in the draft with the defense. You can build a defense through free agency. It's tough to just build an offense through free agency. 888-808-1019. Ricky in Montville. What's going on, Ricky? Ricky! Ricky, I'm going to put you on hold. It's like Boys in the Hood. Ricky! No? No one gets that reference? I know Alex definitely doesn't get that reference. Great movie, though. 888-808-1019. Mike in Meridian. What's going on, Mike?
Yeah, how you doing, Anthony?
How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm a lifetime Giants Yankees fan, but I also follow the Jets because I have some friends that are Jets fans. So I don't really hate the Jets. I just want them to lose when they play the Giants.
Right.
But the comments that I want to make is, and I know you mentioned the Giants pass rush, which I believe they're going to have a good pass rush.
Yeah, so do I.
It's only effective if you put them in passing downs. What I see with that team last year, we can't stop the run. Okay? We need to learn how to stop the run is what we need to do. And as far as the Jets go, and then I'm just going to hang up and let you comment on it.
Awesome.
And then I got one question about the Yankees, if you don't mind. With the Jets, I mean, it's almost impossible to go through an entire season without getting an interception. I mean, it
is impossible. But they did it. They did the impossible last year.
Well, to me, and turnovers alters any game. I'm not really concerned about the offense with the Giants or the Jets. The defense is where I have most of my concerns. And
my concern,
the Yankees go, I want to ask you one question.
Right, ask me the question, and I'll get to your points.
And then I'll hang up and just let you answer.
Yeah. What's your Yankees point?
Well, we know Belly's coming back, possible Fried. Now, I'm not really counting on Judge, but let's say Judge and Stanton both come back. Who the heck do we send down? Okay? And that's basically the questions I want, and I'll just hang up and let you answer.
Thank you so much. Well, go back, because I don't want to lose my train of thought, and I'll get to the Yankees question. I don't want to lose my train of thought on the Jets-Giants part, because you threw a lot at me there. My concern with the Giants is not necessarily their offense isn't good, but if they have any regression from either the quarterback or the running back room, like if Dart regresses or Tracy and Scadaboo are not healthy or they regress, they might struggle a bit because they don't have the talent at wide receiver. I love Isaiah Likely. So at tight end, which is pseudo a receiving position, obviously. Outside of, Malik Neighbors, who we don't know when he's getting healthy, they do have a shallow receiving core. But I think where the Jets are, I think, a little bit more talented offensively. I think the Giants are more talented defensively. I can't say whether or not they're going to stop the run. You didn't stop the run with Dexter Lawrence. You went out there, you got some beefy boys for the middle, so you hope those guys can stop the run. You also hope a guy like Arvell Reese, who you drafted this year, is as effective at doing both, like rushing the passer and, filling the gaps as he was at Ohio State. And from what I've seen early, I think he's got definitely the physical strength to do it. And for everybody that wanted Sonny Styles, I've seen some, cut up tape where I'm more impressed with what I've seen from Arvell Reese early than I am Styles. Reese rarely ever gives up the ground on, when he's hitting the gap and he gets blown up in a block. He's rarely ever giving up any ground in that situation. When it comes to the Jets, it's all going to be, if Geno plays like a second coming of Justin Fields, the Jets are in trouble. But if Geno plays like he did with Seattle, not with the Raiders, and the reason why I'm overlooking the Raiders stuff is his top receiving target was hurt at times in Brock Bowers. His running back never got going. And that's all because their offensive line was a disaster. The Jets' offensive line is not a disaster. Now, defensively, I'm curious to see if those additions help them be more stout. But on paper, I'm not very excited about it. As far as the Jets go, I love their receiver room. I love their running back room. I like their tight end room. And I love the offensive line. I think the offensive line is going to take a huge leap. I've been saying this now for a couple months. I wouldn't be shocked if at the end of the season we're saying the Jets' strength is their offensive line, which is a huge positive. 888-808-1019. We got a lot more to get to. I got you for another hour and a half. Yankees pregame, 12:55. We'll continue the Giants conversation. We'll get back to your phone calls, all that. Shout out to you if you're hanging out in the YouTube chat. We'll be right back here on The Fan.
22 days until the Jets kick off the season against the Titans. Talk about Gang Green here on The Fan. 101.9 FM and always available on the Odyssey app.
Before the season even kicks off, everyone's making predictions. Who wins the division? Who will make the playoffs? Who's lifting the trophy at season's end? On Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform, you can trade those predictions in a live market. You can trade on who will qualify for the playoffs this season. Right now, the Giants are trading at 34% to make the playoffs, meaning a $100 trade pays out $298. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade $10. KALSHI, Kalshi, trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to cars4kids.org now, or call 877-CARS-4-KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too. Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best. Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov. From New Jersey Human Services.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Got something to say about the Jets, the Giants, the Yankees, or Mets? Don't just yell at the radio. Get on it. Call the fan at 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
That's right. Anthony Gallo back on the fan. 888-808-1019. Man, looking at the weather right now. I miss the day. You know, don't kill me for this, but I'd rather it be in the high 80s than pushing towards the low 70s. I love the heat. I can't deal with this. It means we're a step closer to fall, which means we're a step closer to winter, which is the worst. I'd rather be sweating than freezing my ass off. I opened the show talking about, I've been doing this now about 3 years, maybe, a little bit more generous 4 years, technically 4 years because I had my first show in 2022, but about 3 years. And the Jets and the Giants have not been good for that entire period of time. And I can't, outside of getting Rodgers, there hasn't been a lot of optimism with these football teams. I got here after, I started hosting more consistently after the Giants won a playoff game, and it was all downhill. The Jets, outside of that one training camp that they got Aaron Rodgers, it's been all downhill. And last night, finally getting to see Geno Smith, finally getting to see, Bailey get a sack. The Giants playing their second preseason game tonight. And after the first preseason game, there was a lot of positives. There's finally some optimism surrounding these teams. And for the Jets, offensively, I feel like they are on the verge of potentially being an exciting offense. I don't know what their season's going to end up looking like. I do know that they have the capability of winning 7, 8, 9 games. I like the over on both these teams. I think they sat both at 6.5, or I think the Giants were at 7.5 and the Jets were at 6.5. Or maybe it was 5.5 and a 6.5. I like the Giants to compete for a playoff spot. I don't think 10 wins is out of the question. For the Jets, 7, 8 wins is a huge improvement. It is a surefire sign of showing that they are growing and they are beginning to plant the foundation and solidify the foundation that you're going to need going forward. Also, this notion that them losing 14 games and getting a top 3 pick is the only way to build this team, and it's the best thing they could do, is stupid. It is a dumb strategy. You're not going to hurt yourself by winning 7 or 8 games. You have 3 first-round picks in 2027. You have another first-round pick in 2028. Who's to say that if you win 7 or 8 games and now you've created this foundation, you've built winning habits. You didn't create a losing culture. You built a culture that values winning. A foundation that is built off of a better discipline and better habits. But you win 7 or 8 games, who's to say that you can't use those picks to go and trade up to draft the quarterback you may want? Who's to say you can't use those picks and go and get, whether it's Baker Mayfield or Joe Burrow or whatever disgruntled QB, veteran QB, borderline star or maybe star QB that's available? Who's to say? You want to be attractive for free agents. You want to be attractive for if you do move on from drafting a quarterback and you decide to go the free agent trade route, that you're the most attractive for a quarterback. Don't you want to, if the Jets compete this year, they win 7 or 8 games, let's say 9 games to be fun, they're over 500. Don't you want to look back and be like, all right, this is where we built the foundation? And then we could say they're a quarterback away. And when you look at that, how many times have we said a team's a quarterback away and then they went out and got their QB? I saw it happen twice. Listen, Rodgers and Russell Wilson did not work out for the Jets and the Broncos. They were still the right moves at the time. The Broncos one ended up being a disaster because he was never good, and they traded a lot for him. Rodgers was more short-term, and he played fine. I don't think he was that great, but he played fine his second year, and it was derailed due to injury. You still make those moves because you were a quarterback away, and these were Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. When the Broncos got Peyton Manning, they were a quarterback away. And then if you don't trade or sign a guy, you still have the draft capital to go out and trade up to get the guy that you actually want. 888-808-1019. The Jets, their offense, there is some optimism here. It's okay to be excited for the season. Same thing with the Giants. The Giants bring in a head coach with a winning pedigree. They have the young quarterback. They have the young running back. They have a stud wide receiver when healthy. They have a good offensive line. They have a on paper, beastly pass rush. Optimism. New York football has not had anything positive to look forward to. New York football has not been able to use the word optimism. I heard Chris Mara talking about this in an interview, and he said a lot of what we've done is hope. There's no more hope. There's expectations. He said he used to hope to win. Now they expect to win. That was a great quote. Eric in Rivervale. What's going on, Eric?
Gallo, what's happening, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Well, thanks, man. Just a little bit of kudos for you. You've done an amazing job this week, filling in some big shoes, my friend. So nice job with Craig.
Yeah, I still can't figure out the wheel, but we'll get there one step at a time.
Dude, yesterday, I'll tell you, man, with Woody, it was hilarious because, yeah, man, it's interesting. Once you're on the clock, it's a different game, man.
That's
like you said, once you string them up, it's a different deal.
You tell me right now that I name 10 Denzel Washington movies, I can. You tell me with stakes and a clock and then Craig counting down in your ear. Yeah, it's not easy. Connor, brilliant kid. Connor Green, one of the smarter guys we have here. It's a low bar, but he's one of the smarter guys we have here. Couldn't name 10 Bobs. And the funniest thing was once Damian Woody realized the stakes, the second he got put on the spot, you could tell he wanted none of it.
Oh, yeah, because all the eyes are on you, right? All the pressure, all the eyes are on you. And, yeah, I mean, to not be able to name 10 Bobs in the better part of 60 seconds is insane, but I get it.
Well,
so,
and then what happens is with my brain, I mess up. Like yesterday I said Othello. Denzel Washington was, yes, he did Othello on Broadway, but he was in Macbeth. They made a movie, Macbeth, and he was in it. And I said Othello, and then it's like my brain was going the right direction, and then because of that, I got frantic. And then it threw me off, and I couldn't remember anything. And guilty.
I was yelling at the phone. It was hilarious because I'm like, it's not Othello, it's Macbeth. And I'm like, obviously outside the ring is a different deal. It's easy.
But then you're sitting there, and I forget Man on Fire. And one of my guilty pleasure movies is Book of Eli. It's not the greatest movie. It's one of my guilty pleasure watches. If it's on TV, I always watch it. And I couldn't remember it. I remembered all the other ones. I couldn't remember that one.
So funny. Great game, and just, I
appreciate the kind words.
Feather in the cap. Another feather in the cap for Craigie on these these segments he has that are just hilarious. So, but on the Jets, man, you hit all of the points. I mean, I was absolutely stunned with how well Geno looked last night. Granted, it's a preseason game, but Geno looked great. And if we can get that Seattle version of Geno, or just some semblance of it, the Jets could win. And I completely agree that it also drives me crazy. These Jets fans are like, if we win 6 or 7 games, we're stuck in no man's land and blah, blah, blah.
It's so stupid. It is so stupid. It's so stupid. Because
what am I going to do? Root for my team to lose? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
And it's never worked. It's never worked. Like, I know we think it does. Like, if you go back outside of Joe Burrow, a lot of these quarterbacks that were the number one overall, Caleb Williams is a more recent one. A lot of these quarterbacks that were the number one overall pick, you're not just turning it around. Matt Stafford got good towards the end. Like, the Lions were never good enough to win with him. But Matt Stafford got good early on. And then later on, he got good. He was better with the Rams.
I agree. And it takes years, right? I mean, even Mendoza, right? The first game he looked great. He didn't look great the other night. So
Eric,
I completely agree.
I don't want to cut you off just because we have a little bit of news, so I'm going to let you go. I appreciate the call. What do you got for me, Alex?
So according to Aaron Boone, Stanton has now strained his other calf while running, and he might be out for the season.
Oh, that is not good news. So I appreciate that. I see right here, Brian Hoke. Stanton strained his calf while he fell while running, moderate grade strain. Aaron Boone said he may be out for the season. Thank you for that. I thought you were about to come in here and like chime in with some first round picks that panned out, but thank you. That is brutal news for the Yankees. It's not the end of the season because you hope everything goes right with Judge. You're going to get Bellinger back either tomorrow or Monday, but that is brutal. So one more time, Stanton strained his other calf. He fell while running, moderate grade strain. Aaron Boone said he might be out for the season. That's not great. Alex, can you do me a favor? I see it on SNY Yanks. Can you just pull that out so we could play Boone's actual response? Yeah, so that my calculations for the Yankees season has been more about getting Judge and Bellinger back, and it's been less about Stanton. I always thought Stanton was the if they got him also, it would have been a cherry on top because he's so good in the postseason, but that's brutal. So this is Boone talking about the Stanton injury. Let's listen in.
I have an update on G. He unfortunately has strained his other calf in his running a couple days ago. Had fallen and the other calf is strained. So it's a moderate grade. So what that means moving forward. We're not ruling anything out. He'll obviously continue to work to try and get it right and hopefully be available. But, obviously, we're at a point in the calendar where it gets challenging, but you also never know. So, obviously bummed for him. He's been working his tail off every single day here trying to get this thing right. I think you all know how bad he wants to be on that field contributing to a championship. And so, obviously that's disappointing, but, hopefully, we just continue to work to get him right and healthy.
It's brutal. And he sounds not happy. Not that he's like mad at Stanton, but he just sounds, you could tell that they don't have a lot of hope in what is going to happen going forward for Stanton. So that's a blow. Now you got to rest your hopes on Bellinger coming back either tomorrow or the next day, and that Judge gets back healthy in September, and then we wait for a Fried update, which they seem pretty positive about. There are positives, too. Spencer Jones has looked better the last couple of games. So it's not all dark, but that is rough news. We'll get into that. We'll continue. We'll react all to the Stanton stuff. We'll continue the Jets and Giants conversation. Mets, Bayonne Little League plays again tomorrow after winning last night. I got you for another hour. Anthony Gallo on The Fan.
It's The Carton Show with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle. Afternoons 2 to 7 on The Fan, 101.9 FM.
Like setting Max Fried to the IL, which is obviously a protective move because you need him as soon as the month hits October. Because, him, obviously Garrett Cole and Schlittler, that's your postseason pitching staff. If you need a fourth pitcher, we'll worry about it later on.
Get The Carton Show on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and the free Odyssey app.
The R&B Tour, starring Chris Brown and Usher Raymond. The tour everyone's talking about. Over 2 million tickets sold and counting. Usher Raymond and Chris Brown, uniting two of R&B's defining hitmakers. You have to see it for yourself. Now, due to demand, they're returning to East Rutherford, MetLife Stadium, October 15th. Get tickets Monday, August 24th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Boomer and Geo is brought to you by FanDuel. Hey, baseball fans, got a feeling about who's hitting a home run today? Don't just sit on it. FanDuel wants you to call your shot with daily dingers. All you have to do is make your pick on who's hitting a home run, and if you're right, you'll get a profit boost to use on your next bet for a shot at bigger winnings. Now, when your favorite slugger hits that walk-off, you'll feel like a winner, too. Daily Dingers on FanDuel is free to play, and you can lock in a pick every day of the MLB season. That's why FanDuel is the home for home runs. So are you ready to play your game? Check out Daily Dingers at FanDuel.com/New York. That's FanDuel.com/New York to make your free pick on who's hitting a homer today. Big hits can mean bigger winnings on FanDuel, an official partner of MLB. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max wager $25. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with the gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here, and let me tell you something about cell coverage. It's not about which network is best. It's about which one is best where you are. Red Pocket Mobile gives you your choice of networks from all 3 nationwide 5G networks. And every line in your family can be a different one. Your kid on the network that covers campus, you on the one that works best at home. Right now, a full year of 5G starts at less than $7 a month on an annual plan. RedPocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-4094. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-4094. That's 800-575-4094. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Back to school season is here, and Dollar General has everything you need to start the school year strong. Don't forget to grab a pair of bright yellow sunglasses from the Yellow Glasses Project for just $2. Every purchase makes a difference, with 100% of proceeds helping support teachers, classrooms, and nonprofit organizations working to improve reading and literacy skills across the country. Stop by Dollar General today and shine bright with the Yellow Glasses Project, available now at Dollar General. The Yellow Glasses Project is a program of the Dollar General Literacy Foundation.
Your team, your take, your call. Talk New York sports and be a part of the action. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
Okay, here we are. Back again, Anthony Gallo on the Fan. So, rough news. If you didn't hear going in the break, Boone gave an update. Stanton fell while he was running. He suffered a strain on his other calf. Moderate grade strain. Boone hinted that he could be out for the season. He's still going to rehab, but there's definitely a good chance that he may be out for the season. Anthony Gallo on the Fan, 888-808-1019. If you're a Yankee fan, was Stanton somebody you were actually counting on this year? I would assume a lot of you weren't. But I do think that he could have been a big boost for this offense, but it doesn't change my trajectory for this team. It doesn't change my expectations for this team. I still think with Bellinger coming back tomorrow or Monday, we're still waiting on the official word on that one, but when Bellinger coming back tomorrow or Monday, that this Yankees team will improve offensively and they will get Judge back mid-September, the latest, and that will be a huge boost. He's hitting off the tee. I can't envision they're going to make Judge do a long rehab stint if he can do a rehab stint. I think they're going to go down. He gets maybe 8-9 at-bats down there, and he's right back up with the big leagues. 888-808-1019. Obviously, everything's on the table, but we're reacting to the Stanton news as we speak. Tom in Brooklyn. What's up, Tom?
Hey, Anthony. How's it going, brother?
How you doing, dude?
Hey, listen, I was doing good until I heard this news, to be honest with you. I mean, not that I was relying on Stanton, but every year it's the same thing with him. And he's just unfit to play the game of baseball. So at what point do you just release this guy, eat it? I mean, he shouldn't even be getting paid. I mean, the fact that he's still getting paid is a joke. He can't run. He can't do anything. He's unfit to play baseball. So, I mean, I don't know how the Yankees actually have to still pay him his full contract with something like this. I don't really know. But
so yes and no. So, Tom, the one way you look at it is he's getting paid either way. But if I'm certain, I think if you miss 80% of the season, insurance covers the contract. And he signed this contract well before he became injury prone. So it's not something that insurance wouldn't have covered. But now they sit here. It's a brutal injury, even if you weren't relying on him, because it still was another piece.
Right. But they also can't make any other, I feel like this guy's been holding them back from making other moves. You know what I'm saying? They're waiting on him. All right, we don't need him till later on. But he just every year, he's just not, he's not on the field at all. At what point can you just release him?
Tom, that's a fair point. And I think that this year they were not held back because of him. He's only making $19 million this year. It's the first year of his decreased salary. But I don't think they were held back. I think they were held back because they couldn't get the catcher they wanted or whatever Brian Cashman wanted to say. But Judge and Bellinger were the guys they were more waiting for. And I appreciate the call, Tom. I do. It's going to be better. I guarantee you. The Yankees will get better. Don't worry. This isn't the end of the world. But it's a blow. And I get why you feel devastated right now or just upset even. So Stan's got 2 more guaranteed years, including this year. So next year he makes $15 million, and then they have a club option for 2028. They're not picking up that club option unless he mashes. So I can't envision that being something that's in the cards for the Yankees. Stanton currently sits at 456 homers, so he's not retiring. I don't know if the Yankees would eat that money. They might, but I don't know if the Yankees would eat that money. I wouldn't be shocked if next year he comes back, plays with the Yankees. Let's say he hits 24 homers. So I'm just giving you a nice round number. And he gets to 480. The next year, he's not going to be back with the Yankees, but he might come back. Maybe it's to the Marlins or whatever to sell some tickets to get the 500. Because if he plays, he's guaranteed. If he plays 100 games, he's guaranteed to hit 25 homers. He's just that kind of guy. The problem is he's never on the field. He played in, 24 games this year. And he looked like he was actually going to have a decent season, and you can't rely on him. You just can't. And it sucks because I like Stan. He's been a guy that I've appreciated watching, but he's never on the field, the few times I can watch him. And as far as the Yankees go, outside looking in as a Mets fan, he's also been their most consistent hitter in big moments in his tenure. Where Judge has struggled at times, he really hasn't. Last year he didn't hit, but before that he has. 888-808-1019. Stanton injures his other calf. Now he's out with a mild grade strain, feared to be the rest of the season. So we'll continue to monitor that and react to that. Rob in Manhattan, what's going on, Rob?
Hey, thanks for picking up. I just got home from. Thank you. You're so welcome. I just got home, and thanks for putting this in perspective about his declining absolute value to the Yankees.
Yeah.
But I just got home from teaching a spin class at the Y, a real hard VO2 max workout, and at the end, I had everybody stretch their calves because I tore my calf like 30 years ago, and it took 3 months to heal because you think it's better and then you tear it again. Anyway, at the end, I said, well, you should do this because the Yankees have a player, Giancarlo Stanton, who's been out for 3 months because he tore his calf muscle. And I get home and hear the news. Man,
yeah. And these guys are wound so tight, and he's such like an Adonis, like jacked person. I feel like any minor tweak ends up being a major injury for him.
Not to say that this is absolute proof or causal argument here, but the correlation between steroid use, overdeveloped hypertrophy of muscles, and tendon and muscle tears is huge.
Well, because I think that
he got jacked. Somehow he got jacked at a very early age, like a lot of guys did.
Well, and I appreciate it. Rob, it's a great point. We see it in football. Like, you look at how bigger and faster these guys are getting. And I'm not a scientist. I've read articles, though, where they talk about the muscle, like the way people are building muscle is not on track with the evolution of the human body, where, like, they're building muscle at such a high rate that, and they're doing such a physical activity that they're tearing those muscles more often. Because obviously when you lift and you're building muscle, you're tearing that muscle, and it's the recovery that you build is where you build that muscle in the most simplest of terms. It's crazy because I always go back to the Ozzie Guillen quote. I don't know if you guys remember, but he was talking about you can't strain fat. And it was always funny to me, but like to a part of it, you had these overweight, tubby, slobs that used to play baseball and were good at it, and they never were out with the amount of injuries guys are out with now. It's so funny. It really is. And it's not funny, the injuries. It's just funny, that line. But he also it sucks because as a guy who's appreciated Stanton, I also would love to see him get to that number 500 because that puts him in a situation where he should be considered for the Hall of Fame. And he's not going to get there unless he comes back next year and is semi-productive. He's not coming back. The good thing is, my evaluation of the Yankees was not based off of what Stanton was going to give them. My evaluation of the Yankees was Bellinger and Judge coming back to improve this offense, which will grow alongside the best pitching staff in baseball. Boone said when talking about Stanton, he's missed in the locker room. He has the utmost respect and admiration of everyone in that room, and especially me. The one thing I know that if he's going to stay with the team in rehab, the one thing I know is that the Yankee locker room respects Stanton, and he is a leader. Where Judge may not have been as vocal of a leader, Stanton was. So that is a major development there that they lose him, but it's not the end of the world, Yankee fans. They still are going to have a chance to make a run for the World Series. As long as they're going to get Bellinger back within the next couple of days. As long as they get back Bellinger and Judge, no matter what level of Judge you get back, they have a shot at winning the World Series. 888-808-1019. We got a lot more to get into. We'll keep reacting to the Stanton news. We'll talk Jets and Giants. The Giants play a second preseason game today. We are a couple of weeks away from the start of the NFL season. It's good times here in New York City. Anthony Gallo, back after this.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
$30 million in guaranteed prizes. Cash in this football season in Las Vegas with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entries starting at $1,000, all with no rake. Circa Million, 18 weeks of point spread action, 128 ways to win. Circa Survivor, pick one winner each week. Last one standing wins. And Circa Grandissimo with $100,000 entry. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. 30 million guaranteed. Visit circasports.com for details.
Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman is reminding residents to know the warning signs of opioid addiction: missing medication, withdrawal from family, mood changes, falling grades, sleeping all day. These warning signs may mean someone you love needs help. Opioid deaths are down in Nassau County, but one life lost is one too many. If you or someone you know is struggling, call 516-227-TALK. That's 516-227-TALK. It could save a life.
Every sports fan fears an injury to their team's players, but it happens. The only good news for professional athletes is that they have the best doctors and support to get back on their feet. But that's most likely not the case if you or a family member are injured. Who's going to make sure that you get the care and support that you need? The Rothenberg Law Firm will. For over 50 years, they've been winning for injured people. They've won and collected billions for their clients. The Rothenberg Law Firm.
Be a lawyer for injured ones. InjuryLawyer.com.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody!
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Orgavada Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Hello, everybody! This is Genie coming at you to say summertime is wish fulfillment time at Disney's Aladdin on Broadway. There's glitz and glamour, singing and dancing, and magic carpet rides you gotta see to believe. So what in the whole new world are you waiting for? Come to the new Amsterdam Theater and experience the one Broadway show that soars above the rest. Get tickets today at AladdinTheMusical.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Did you know Skechers makes high-performance footwear for almost every sport you play? Here's what our athletes are saying.
Hi, I'm pro basketball player OG Anunoby. I dominate in Skechers basketball. Skechers delivers championship-level performance.
I'm WNBA star Jackie Young. Skechers keeps me quick, comfortable, and ready for anything.
And you can get high-performance Skechers and hands-free slip-ins technology. Just step in and perform.
I'm pro golfer Matt Fitzpatrick. I play in hands-free Skechers golf slip-ins.
Find yours at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or whatever high-performance sports shoes are sold.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Oh, that's right. Anthony Gallo back on the fan. Stanton again. Get in here. Giancarlo Stanton may be out for the year as he strains his other calf running. He fell down. Boone confirmed that to the media about 20 minutes ago. So bad news for the Yankees. It is not a sky is falling situation. And that is, I was not configuring Stanton's production into how I was projecting the Yankees going forward. It was always about Bellinger and Judge coming back to help this offense, to partner with what has been the best pitching staff in all of baseball. That's where my confidence and my positivity in the Yankees came from. So we got a lot more to get into on that. Back to the calls we go. 888-808-1019. I got you till Yankees pregame in about 50 minutes. Bobby in Belmore, what's going on, Bobby?
Right.
Bobby! Bobby is not there. Jarvis in Harlem, what's going on, Jarvis?
What's up, Gallo? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good. Talking about the New York Jets, and I see so many Jet fans want them to go, tank and get drop a quarterback, and hey, other fans want them to say they show some improvement. They want to win 6 or 7 games. And it's sort of a mixed reaction. Is because some Jet fans don't believe in Eric Glenn because they want him to get fired. So everybody's saying well, Mike Tomlin be the next head coach of the New York Jets. I just don't think he's be the next head coach of the New York Jets. I mean, everybody's just hopes and dreams that's going to happen because they just they want to
yeah, but the other thing is too, he's not going to be the hopes and dreams of the Jets. If they bottom out like a lot of Jet fans want, why would he come here?
Yeah, because it's not an attractive job that people want to come to because they don't believe in Woody Johnson doesn't want to hire experienced head coaches because you keep hiring these first timers that doesn't try to develop a quarterback and they ruin them. That's the reason why. Yeah, and
it's just a backwards way of thinking that losing is the way you get better. It's never the
it's like a losing mentality. That's what the fans want. I mean, that's what that's how fans are. So.
Right. I appreciate the call, Jarvis. My guy, Taylor Vipolis of the Stugatz radio show, also a songbird of a generation, he actually wrote in the YouTube chat, don't think we see Stanton again in New York with a lockout. That is a good point. As somebody who hopes he hits 500, I think Stanton plays again. That might hurt his chances at 500. And I think he has to play next year and show that he's still got something left to get another short-term contract. My thought is, and I said this earlier to you guys, was that if Stanton could, he's sitting at 56 right now, 456. Let me bring it up. I think he's sitting at 456 when it comes to the home run number. So if he hits it, let's say next year he hits 20 home runs, 24 homers, and he gets to 475, 480, I think a team, maybe the Marlins, they're desperate for somebody to come there and be a star. Maybe the Marlins bring him in, and he can hit 500 with them, and they could sell some seats, and that gets him into the Hall of Fame. If he doesn't get the 500, he's not sniffing the Hall of Fame. He'd be off the ballot very quickly. 888-808-1019. Alan in New Hyde Park. What's going on, Alan?
Yo, Anthony, I don't know if you know me. I don't know if you know me. We may have spoken once before, possibly. I know you're doing the show with Taunton this week. By the way, before I get to my Yankee situation, didn't you realize that Denzel Washington did Flight and Gladiator 2? I don't know if you mentioned that.
I said Gladiator 2, and then I said the movie when he was the drunk pilot, but that doesn't count. I had to give the title.
That was a great movie.
It was a good movie. It definitely was. I couldn't remember the title, and I couldn't remember. I think it was the one when he's the civil rights lawyer. Who it's again I'm drawing a blank on. I didn't say John Q, which is a great Denzel movie as well. But I didn't have a good week. I didn't have a good wheel showing, as always.
That's okay. It's not that important. And Greg, he did 3 equalizers, which Greg let you do 1, 2, and 3.
Well, I only did the one. He only let me do the one.
Okay, let me get to the point because I want to get my Yankee points in. And I when you're on the fan, you do a good job.
Thank you.
I know you're. I think from the hat you're a Mets fan.
I am a Mets fan.
I'm a Yankee fan. I'm 75. Little history. I'm Yankee getting 60 from middle 50s. All this, all that. So I've seen it all. As I talk to Mark every Sunday about. Usually, I am very happy that Stanton is not coming back. Very happy. Now, you want to know why I'm saying?
Why is that?
I'm going to tell you why. First of all, what he's done in the past doesn't mean he'll do in the present. That's point one.
That's all right. That's fair.
That's point one. Number two, it will take him 3 months to get back his timing back, which we don't have time for. So the bottom line is this. And then give me some other about the Yankees, what the team they have now, which I do like. Stanton not coming back is a blessing in disguise for us Yankee fans. Just leave it at that. He won't be back. We got to go. We got Ben Rice doing the majority of the DHing right now, based on the first base that we have. We got Garcia, who's doing a fine job. Not as good defensively. We have the backup. We have our backup with Goldschmidt, who made some great plays yesterday. We have the shortstop. McMahon, listen, Moose knows I'm not a McMahon fan. The fact that he's injured, again, I'm not that I want people injured, but I'm glad. I want Cabrera playing. He's a culprit. He's a spiker. I need him in the lineup, whether it's third base or second base.
Right.
I want to keep the right fielder, the outfielder Jones. I was a little down on Jones.
And Alan, that's a good point. Alan, I appreciate the call. That's a good point. That Stanton also, you don't have to worry about now fitting if you want to find a positive, you don't have to worry about putting guys out of position to fit everyone in. If Judge comes back, I would assume that he's going to DH a little bit. And play the outfield. You get to have Bellinger. So I would assume when they're all healthy, your outfield, Bellinger and Grisham will be out there every day. And then you're going to get Spencer Jones in the lineup every day. And I do think Spencer Jones has been better as of late. And my worries with Jones were never about can he actually hang. It was more, is he learning on the fly when they need someone who's got to be productive now? Those were my issues with Spencer Jones. Not that he's not a good player. So it's definitely something there are positives. It's still an overall negative, but it also doesn't mean the Yankees aren't going to compete for a World Series. They're going to get Judge back. They're getting Bellinger back either tomorrow or Monday. And that's going to improve the offense already. And you go from there. 888-808-1019. Ted and Hewlett, what's going on, Ted?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. Sometimes it takes a half an hour to get through. You took me quickly. I'll take that as a compliment. Listen, huge Yankees fans. Lots of friends of mine have been super negative. All of a sudden, they win 5 games in a row. They're all complaining about Cashman and Boone. I think Cashman's great. All right, I really do. He's got to take some indirect responsibility for Lombard. Don't care about Stanton, as you were just talking about. And the reason I don't is more because of Lombard, because we got a real hitter in Lombard, and Stanton comes back. He always strikes out a million times to begin his comeback anyway. By the time he's ready for the playoffs, the playoffs will be ready this year, even if he came back. When Judge and Bellinger come back, I think we're good to go. Does that make sense?
No, Ted, I'm with you, because my thing is, I also don't think these guys that are of the level of a Judge, a Stanton, a Bellinger, I don't think these guys need a ton of time to be ready for the postseason and to get their timing down. But I think you're going to get Bellinger back very soon, and you go from there. When you get Judge back, I think the offense, you got Garcia, he's hitting. I like what I've seen from Spencer Jones, and over the last, 12 games from him, he's got a 917 OPS. He's got a few homers, a couple extra base hits to go on top of that. The Yankees offense will be fine. They got to get Bellinger back first, and you got to get Judge back. And the pitching is good enough that if you're scoring 4 runs a night, you could beat anybody.
So if I could just throw in a little more perspective, I've been a Yankees fan for over 50 years. I used to watch the Yankees beat the Red Sox because we had pitching. They always went for hitting. That, we're talking, 20, 30 years ago. And then we started focusing, the Yankees started focusing more on hitting, and Red Sox started beating us. Remember, Yankees are my daddy.
Yeah,
well,
right.
From that point forward, we started losing. Well, now we got the pitching. So we got great pitching. I love it. And we're winning before Judge and Bellinger come back. And Lombard, I think, has been a real spark. So now we're going to prove the hitting. Might not be the best hitting in baseball, but good enough to go with the best pitching. I went from thinking we may struggle to make the playoffs to thinking we got a shot of going to the World Series. We have a shot of winning having the best record in the American League. Does that make sense?
I do believe that, and I appreciate Ted. I still think the Yankees are as good as the Rays in the American League, and the Rays are the class of the American League right now. We talk about how bad their offense has been, the Yankees. The Yankees have 14 less runs than the Rays. If they were truly that much, and the runs allowed disparity greatly favors the Yankees. The Yankees have a plus 90 run differential, and in the AL, that is, only the Red Sox have a one that's better, and that's more over the last few months. That's how good the Red Sox have been. But I actually think the Red Sox are more to worry about than the Rays. Like, I think whether the Yankees win the division or not, the one key is if they're going to play the Red Sox in the postseason, they need home field advantage, specifically in the wild card, because you won't have to go to Fenway at all. Jake in Harrison, what's going on, Jake?
How you doing, man? How's everything?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm just really curious about what's going to happen when Belly comes back. Because, who are they sending down? I mean, do you release Rosario? Do you send down the new toy Ramos, which I would love for that to happen? Or do you send down Jones, who's been hit?
Yeah, but why? Let me ask you this. I understand Ramos hasn't been good. What is the benefit of sending him down?
That's what I mean. I'm saying, I'm just picking the worst hitter out of the three of them. All the Rosarios, but
I think you're looking at Ramos for his bat. He was brought in to be a fourth outfielder, defensive type player. So I guess, and listen, Jake, you're making fair points. Even if I disagree on some of it, it's going to be between those two. Rosario's probably the odd man out, but I don't know how much of it hurts them now that McMahon is hurt. Do they feel that Schumann or or I can't envision them getting rid of Ramos right now unless he has an option. If he has an option to be sent down, that's different. I would assume it's Rosario, because if you have Bellinger back, and let's say they know Judge is coming back, you're going to have Ben Rice, who's going to need the DH. And then infield-wise, Garcia and Caballero could play third base. Lombard's playing shortstop every night. Second base is going to be Jazz. And if not, those other two guys could play second base. And you could rotate between Ben Rice and Goldschmidt DHing. The question really is, when they get Judge and Bellinger back, is, let's say Rosario's already sent down, is it Schumann or Ramos that gets DFA'd? And I would assume it's going to be Schumann, because they probably view Ramos as the better defender.
Yeah, well, also, Ramos has been sort of established in the league, but Schumann hasn't played as much. But here's the thing with Rosario.
And Ramos could run.
He can. And he's got good oppo power to use the short porch when he hits the ball. But
when he hits the ball.
Yeah, but the thing with Rosario is that's why if he were to go to cut bait with him, we brought him in to hit lefties. He's hitting 198 against lefties this year.
Well,
what's the point of having him if you can't even do the thing we brought him in for?
That's right, and I appreciate the call, Jake. I do think that is the route you're going. That's the route you're going. Is he's probably the guy that gets sent down. That just it is what it is. And I think the Yankees are going to be fine either way. I think they're going to be fine with the Stanton injury. I just can't envision them sending down Ramos right now. I know he hasn't done anything with the Yankees right now in the 50 at-bats. He's a better player than Schumann. Paul in Rhode Island. What's going on, Paul?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thanks for calling in.
So I'm a big Yankee fan. My brother's a Yankee fan. My dad's a Yankee fan. I just kind of want to get your opinion on this, because we were just talking about Giancarlo Stanton here. And I've loved him. He's had his ups and downs, but postseason, probably one of our best players. And, I was kind of hoping he'd come back at least for the postseason and maybe, get a little bit of life into us in the postseason. But I just wanted to settle this between me, my brother, and my dad here. 2024, if Stanton is not there, are we making the World Series?
No, but I also think that 2024, you had three guys basically carry them to that, and he was a major part. And what did he play, 100 games and hit all those homers?
Historical run in the playoffs, right? It wasn't even, I can't sit there and say he's the best hitter, but clutch hitting, every home run he had, every hit he had was essentially won us those, was a piece to win those games. Obviously we had Soto and Judge playing so well, but without him, I don't think we make there in 2024.
No, but I also think that you can't. That's 2 years ago now. That's a long time to be removed. He hasn't been healthy. I think having Stanton is better than not having Stanton, but I don't think not having Stanton cost the Yankees a World Series. They could still win the World Series this year but they have to get Judge and Bellinger back. They're going to get Belly back. They have to get Judge back. That's the key there. I appreciate the call, Paul. And it's always crazy. Last year, Stanton in 281 at-bats, so 77 games, 281 at-bats, 249 plate appearances, hit 24 homers. It's insane. So when he's out there, he's healthy. He's a beast. He's got to be out there more. 888-808-1019. We got a lot more to get to. We'll get to your calls. All that. We'll talk about the Stanton stuff. The Giants play a preseason game today. All that right here. Anthony Gallo. Stay tuned.
Weekends were made for sports talk and the games we play. The Moose is loose. Mark Malusis tomorrow at 9 a.m. And then the Bombers wrap up their series with Toronto.
That was just a great at-bat.
Hang with us all weekend long on your home for everything New York sports. The Fan 101.9 FM and always live on the free Odyssey app.
This is New York. It's an energy. It flows through our reliable storm-ready grid. It's a current that families and institutions can count on, powering a thriving economy and a greener future with nation-leading reliability. Con Edison, because this is New York.
The times you spend with your friends and loved ones are the best.
Those selfies you take now will shape memories that will last a lifetime. Make sure you stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Only 2 milligrams of fentanyl can cause an overdose. So learn about the dangers and risks of this frightening, deadly drug at stayinthepic.nj.gov. Don't risk your life and all those wonderful memories you're creating. Stay in the picture and stay away from fentanyl. Know all the risks. Visit stayinthepic.nj.gov from New Jersey Human Services.
BetMGM Sportsbook knows baseball season is in full swing, and BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball, is giving players another reason to watch their favorite team. Make every strikeout, stolen base, and home run mean even more with an odds boost token. It's easy to use. All you have to do to take your extra shot at extra winnings is log into your existing BetMGM account. Then, make any qualifying MLB bet and activate your token. If your bet wins, you'll receive extra winnings. Ready to take your excitement into extra innings? Log into BetMGM to get your MLB odds boost token and give your next baseball bet a boost. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 1 to 7 days.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. New shoes, new clothes, brand new grade. Switch to Verizon to make sure their tech keeps up. This back-to-school season, buy or bring any Android phone and get a Samsung Galaxy tablet on Verizon. Get your kids ready for the school year without breaking the bank. Visit Verizon.com or your local store today. Bring an Android phone or purchase a new phone with device payment on postpaid service plan required. $329.99 tablet device payment purchase with new line on $20 per month tablet plan for 36 months required. Less $330 tablet promo credit applied over 36 months. Additional taxes, fees, and terms apply.
Looking for the best value on new tires? Get to Town Fair Tire. We honor every valid manufacturer's and competitor rebates and give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
It's fall, which means you're going to fall hard for this Dunkin' $6 meal deal. Now you get a medium hot or iced coffee, 6 crispy hash browns, and a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, all for $6. That's a full breakfast meal for $6. So wherever you're headed, work, school, the gym, or your next adventure, your breakfast or afternoon pick-me-up is covered. Do breakfast the Dunkin' way and order Dunkin's $6 meal deal.
The all-new 2026 Mazda CX-5 is designed to give you more of what matters. More passenger space and headroom for greater comfort. More cargo space, a lower lift-in height, and a standard power liftgate on every model. More connectivity with Google built-in integration, plus Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. All in a family-friendly SUV that delivers exceptional value. Drive a Mazda during the Mazda's More to Move You sales event and discover what makes Mazda the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. Visit your local Mazda dealer or MazdaUSA.com.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter. Agree with us? Disagree with us? Even better, talk Jets, Giants, Yankees, and Mets. Call the Fan and get in the game. 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus, your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
When you hear that song and I'm on air, you know that the one, the miserable, the terrible Paul Rosenberg is behind the glass. Shout out to Alex Azar. I love him very much. Genius, Paul Rosenberg. Although, as much as I joke, I do love Paul, and he did bring me iced coffee today, so he's on my good side. 888-808-1019. And I hate him again. It's a love-hate relationship. It's mostly hate, but I do love him a little bit. Rich in New Haven, what's going on, Rich?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, sir. How are you?
So here's the problem that I have with the Yankees. They hit bad pitching really, really, really well.
Okay.
And this is the problem and they're going to lose in the playoffs again because
you definitely
do the
right.
exact.
You know that.
They're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to have halfway decent pitching.
Totally.
And then there's going to be no hitting and they're going to lose.
But
the only one that hit was the Stanton.
He didn't hit last year, and the Yankees' offense was fine last year in the postseason. It was the pitching that let them down.
Yeah, all right. Well, maybe, I don't know. I mean, it just seems like one or the other. It just drives me crazy.
Well,
you know?
and I hate to break it to Yankee fans. As much as you guys think you know, you don't know. You don't know what they're going to do this postseason because when they did pitch and hit, they got to the World Series. They've also won 73 games. They're 18 games over 500, and they haven't hit. And while they haven't hit, this Tampa Bay Rays team that Yankee fans can't seem to get over only has 14 more runs to them on the season. They haven't had Judge all year. They haven't had Bellinger for a huge chunk of the year. They're going to get those guys back. The Yankees are going to be fine. And I'm guaranteeing it right now. A lot of you are going to have to eat your words about how you all know what the Yankees are going to do in the playoffs. Until they go and do it, you don't know what's going to happen. The pitching is as good as it's ever been.
Yeah. I hope and pray that I eat my words because I don't think there's going to be baseball for a while.
Well, I appreciate the call, Rich. I mean, that's a whole other story. And it depends who you talk to. I had Boog Shambi on a few weeks ago, great broadcaster. He thinks there's going to be baseball next year. He thinks we might miss some games, but he thinks there's going to be baseball next year. That same day, I had Bob Nightingale on, and he said there's a lot of the owners are preparing for no baseball next year. We may play the whole season. We may play 100 games. We don't know. I can't think about that right now. The playoffs are around the corner. That's what I'm thinking about. And when it comes to Stanton and the offense, I am not worried. I don't worry about Judge in the postseason. I just don't. When I view Aaron Judge, it's just like any other great player that has struggled in the postseason. Ohtani, the first year the Dodgers won the World Series, he didn't get a big hit until he hit that bomb, which wasn't a clutch hit. The game was out of reach already. But he hit that bomb in Game 3 of the NLCS. The only reason why I remember specifically that at bat, I was there. But he was hit like 091 at that point in the postseason. Barry Bonds had one good postseason. His team went to the World Series. A-Rod had one good postseason. The Yankees won the World Series. It's baseball. And I think that a lot of this, I do think some of it is clutchness. Some of it is guys crumble in big moments. I don't think Judge is crumbling in big moments. I also think that sometimes guys go into a rut, and just like 162 games, you either get out of it or you don't, and finally you do. But in the playoffs, there's a finite amount of time. And for Judge, he's hit. He hit last year. He hit the year they went to the World Series. I'm not worried about him. I'm not worried about Bellinger. I am worried about the rest of the lineup, but we'll get there when we get there. This team is winning while not scoring runs. If you get Judge and Bellinger back, even with the absence of Stanton, the offense is going to take a huge leap. They are going to be better. 888-808-1019. Bobby in Belmore, what's going on, Bobby?
Hi, Anthony. First of all, you're wrong about the hitting. Judge was the only one to hit over 250 in the playoffs last year.
No, Bobby, you can't tell me I was wrong about the hitting when they scored runs. I don't care what the average was. They scored runs. So make up your mind as Yankee fans. Is it you want them to hit for a high average, or do you want them to score runs? Scoring runs is what matters. They scored runs. Okay. They were losing games.
Well, they pitched off all the Toronto series.
Okay, Bobby. So they pitched off all the Toronto series. What do you want? You guys are the most miserable, successful fan base in the world. It's frustrating doing this every week, and you guys act like you're long-suffering fans. You're not.
Well, let me ask you this. when Judge comes back, where's Garcia going to play? He can't play the infield, so there's no position.
Why not? Why can't he play the infield?
He can't play second base. He's a terrible second baseman. When that Jazz plays there, where's he going to play?
Wait, but Bobby, what do you mean he played second base? He plays third base, second base, and first base.
So what position? So you're going to put Garcia at third base?
Why wouldn't you though? Or you play Jazz at third base.
Okay, I put Garcia at second, but that's really weakening the infield. Garcia's not a good infielder. He's not.
I mean, he's
I don't think
played
that in the playoff.
where, like, it's not like he's an awful infielder either.
Yeah, but you're going to do that in the playoffs?
But Bobby, are you just saying things, Bobby?
Everything?
Bobby, respectfully, are you just saying things?
No, I'm just saying, what are you going to do with Garcia?
But where do you get?
Fact.
Because I'm looking at it right now. He's not an excellent infielder. I'm looking at his metrics right now. He's not a bad infielder.
Okay, but I just think it's dangerous if you're going to make all those changes in the infield for a playoff run, and I don't know. I just don't like that.
I don't know. I think Yankee fans, you guys search. You're kind of like being in a relationship, a bad relationship. You search for things to be wrong that don't actually exist. Like I love Bobby. I knew exactly where the call was going. Like, you guys search for problems that don't exist. You do. And the way it blows my mind, Paul and me, Mets fans, and we have a miserable existence. I understand Yankee fans demand World Series. You guys are 18 games over 500. Your offense has been bad for a month. You're still one of the better offenses in the American League. You're closer to winning the division than you are the next closest team in the standings to you in the wild card. But you can't envision anything. You can't envision any positivity out of the season. It's ridiculous.
The issue is that they need a World Series to validate themselves. The season is pointless. It's meaningless to Yankee fans if they don't win the World Series. And by the way, they're right, because the season does mean nothing.
God. We're not doing this right now.
No.
But also, there's a lot of Yankee fans that are in their 20s that have never seen a World Series. So how does it validate them? They've never seen a World Series.
Because they don't care about winning 95 games in the regular season. They just want what their father had. They just want what their grandfather. They just want to win. None of this matters in the regular season. They know they're going to get to the postseason. All they're worried about is 4 weeks in October. That's it.
It's funny they say that when we have to sit here, be a normal baseball fan that doesn't have 90-plus win seasons every year, and then tell me you're long-suffering and the way you talk about this team. 888-808-1019. It's infuriating because they are a good team. They have had a shot to be in the World Series each of the last 3 seasons. Last year, they got knocked off by the Blue Jays. They could have made the World Series if they got past the Blue Jays. It didn't happen. I understand that. They were in the World Series the year prior. This year, I don't see a team in the American League they're better than. This is not a year ago when we were getting ready for the playoffs, and all Yankee fans told me was they're never going to beat the Red Sox. What did they do? They kicked the crap out of the Red Sox, and they went on to the next round. Yes, they lost to the Blue Jays, who did go to the World Series. But it's infuriating the way you do not view this team through a logical lens. You rip the manager for any reason, and he does more. They haven't had Judge basically the entire season. They've missed Fried, Rodon, and Garrett Cole at different points this season. They haven't had Bellinger for a few weeks. They haven't had Stanton for the majority of the season. And yet you act like he's managing Murderer's Row to a 500 record. 888-808-1019. Rich in Ocean. What's going on, Rich?
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
What's going on, dude?
So I just want to talk Yankees here. I'm a very positive Yankee fan. I like Cashman. I like Boone. Now, with Garcia, he's actually mainly a second baseman. He's played 500 games at second, only 100 games at first in his career. I think it was like 4,900 innings at second.
Yes.
I mean, we make the playoffs. I'd like to see Jazz back at third, Garcia at second. And you know what? Call me crazy. I know it's not going to happen. I've never really minded Stanton in the outfield. I don't think it's going to happen. But once we're all healthy, like I really enjoy this team. Like you keep saying, I mean, we're 18 games above 500.
Stanton, I don't know if you heard. Stanton just got hurt. Again.
Stan just got hurt again? No, you're breaking the news to me.
Yeah. They happened about an hour ago. Stanton's out, and he probably isn't coming back this year.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's all good. I mean, Rich, that's why we're here. It's all good. But listen, to your point about Garcia, and I appreciate the call, Jazz hasn't played well enough to demand to play second base. So if you have to move Jazz to third base, you do that. But it's not a problem. Like Garcia's defense, this is what I'm talking about, though. Now they're winning games, and you see Bellinger's on the horizon and coming back. You've gotten positive news about Judge. So now I got to hear guys like Bobby and Belmore tell me that, well, where's Garcia going to play? You find a place for him to play. He's played second base. Jazz has played third. Problem solved. Caballero plays third if Jazz doesn't hit in the postseason. Problem solved. Steve in Manhattan. What's going on, Steve?
All right, Big A. Anthony, before I get to the meat and potatoes, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
2 years from now, you're sitting in the left field bleachers and a high arcing ball starts coming at you. You catch it. It's Stanton's 500 home run. Do you give the ball back to him, or do you start a bidding war?
I mean, I would if they're going to probably give me something, I'd probably give it back to him. It's not going to be worth that much money.
No, number 500 would have some value to it. Come on, man. I think you cash it in, baby.
I appreciate the call, Steve, but I don't know. If I catch it, it's going to be cool. How much money do you honestly think that ball is going to be worth? I mean, and they'll give me a signed bat or whatever, and then the bat is what I got in exchange for the 500 homer. Or pay me. Stanton will pay me. What is he going to give me, 10 G's? You think that ball is going to be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, that it's going to change my life? He's going to be a Hall of Famer, sure. I'm also just not one for that. It's a slimy game. I see that Fanatics Fest every year. Fanatics Fest is great. The one weird thing is watching grown, sloppy men knock over kids to go get autographs that they're going to sell. It's like going, when they have the anime giveaways at like Yankee Stadium or MSG and watching the scalpers stand outside the stadium and accost college students to get these things that they want to flip for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're not going to get that. Rob in Terrytown, what's going on, Rob?
Yeah, how you doing? I've been holding this in for a long time. By the way, I like your show. You're very good, Anthony.
Thank you, sir.
And I know that you're a big. I'm an older guy, by the way. I'm gonna be 83, but that's okay. I'm a young 83. I know you love Cashman and Boone, but here's why I cannot stand Cashman. It's not about his way managing the team. I don't think he's the greatest at all, but what I cannot stand about him is he's a liar, and Boone is a liar. Ben Rice, I have no connection to Ben Rice other than my friend's son played with Ben Rice at Dartmouth. And what's coming back to us right now is that Ben Rice, when he was told last year at the end of the season, he's our first baseman by Boone. I heard it. A lot of people probably heard it. Okay? But so we are going to play in April, and at the end of April, he started to look really good. He was confident. He was smiling. He was laughing with his teammates. Then May came along, and Goldsmith was against lefties. It was a platoon thing. Then Ben gets hurt, and then it's all over for Ben. It's maybe he'll let him play first every week and a half. Of course, every week and a half for a guy who was a catcher in college, who they don't develop. If he makes an error, oh my God, get Goldsmith back in there. This kid hasn't had any chance to develop.
So you want to develop? Your problem with the Yankees now is that Boone and Cashman lied to Ben Rice about playing first base, and that's a problem. How? He's not been a good first baseman. He could play first base. He hasn't been a good first baseman. And if you're trying to win, you're going to win with his bat. And maybe your friend said that. I don't know. I can't go off of that. But the problem with this is what I'm talking about. The problem with the Yankees isn't because Ben Rice isn't playing first base and he somehow was lied to by Boone and Cashman. Goldsmith's a better first baseman. I can guarantee you this. If Spencer Jones is hitting and Bellinger's back and Grisham is playing well, the outfield's going to be Bellinger, Grisham, Spencer Jones, Judge will be DHing, and Ben Rice will be playing first. You guys got to stop galaxy braining every single thing. Stop digging through the weeds for a problem that doesn't exist. Now they lied to Ben Rice. You know why Ben Rice isn't hitting? Because no one else in the lineup is hitting. No one's healthy. He's got no protection. He's not supposed to be carrying the lineup. He's supposed to be, thank you, Paul Rosenberg, for the trumpets, the triumphant trumpets. He's supposed to be the guy that's protecting Judge. He's supposed to be adding depth to a lineup led by Aaron Judge and Cody Bellinger. He's not supposed to be the guy carrying it. And when they come back, part of why I think the offense is going to be better, because now Judge and Bellinger are going to have to be pitched to. And if not, they're going to have to pitch to Ben Rice and Garcia. And Spencer Jones if he keeps hitting. 888-808-1019. We'll come back. We'll continue the Yankees conversation. We'll get into the Jets-Giants stuff. I don't have you for that much longer. I got about 10 more minutes with you. So we'll get the rest of your calls in as much as possible until the Yankees pregame. Anthony Gallo, back after this.
It's Boomer and Gio. Mornings on the Fan. 101.9 FM.
I don't want to say he's walking on eggshells because I think he's a great coach. And I think he's a great offensive coach. And I think Kyler Murray can have one of these great bounce-back years with the group of players around him, especially Justin Jefferson. So the last thing Kevin O'Connell's going to want to deal with is an upset former first-round pick who thinks he's the man.
Get Boomer and Gio on demand. Available on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, and the free Odyssey app.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
At the United Healthcare Medicare store right here in Jackson Heights. Chat face-to-face with a licensed sales agent who understands the community and get clear answers to your questions. Located at 3752 82nd Street between Roosevelt and 37th Avenue. We're ready to help.
Baseball season is in full swing, and there's no better place to be than Kalshi, America's #1 prediction market platform. Right now, the team in the Bronx is trading at 10% to win it all, meaning a $100 trade pays out $863 if they win the championship. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house. And as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. Download the Kalshi app and use code CMAC, that's CMAC, to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Kalshi products are not available in all jurisdictions. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Boomer Esiason here. Got a kid heading back to school? Your student hopefully isn't using data during school anyways, so why pay for an unlimited plan they'll never get the full value of? Now, Red Pocket Mobile's got a better answer. Right now, during their back-to-school sale, it's $80 for a whole year of cell service. Talk, text, and everyday data on your pick of 3 nationwide 5G networks. $80 the whole year. Perfect low data plan for your student. RedPocket.com. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate Ultimate Cell Carrier.
Allstate is New York's trusted auto insurer, protecting cars across the state. From Buffalo to the Brooklyn Bridge, we're by your side when you need us most, providing you with affordable auto coverage you can rely on. So, switch to Allstate today, and you could save $900 on auto insurance. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new auto customers surveyed in 2025 who switched to Allstate and reported savings, potential savings and availability varies by state.
Pros, find the right flooring for the job in Lowe's newly redesigned flooring showroom. Shop our expanded assortment of trusted brands and get up to 35% off style selections, Stainmaster, and Stainmaster Pet Protect Special Order Carpet. And while you're here, save $100 on the DeWalt 20-volt max 6-amp-hour 2-pack of batteries, now just $179. Get more of what you need faster and save more where it counts from the ground up. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 8/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Talk New York sports. Jets, Giants, Yankees, Mets. Get in the conversation and make your voice heard. Call the Fan now, 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Your streaming home to watch the NFL on CBS all season long.
It's our Josh Hart at the station. 888-808-1019. We don't have that much time left, so let's try to get some of these calls in. Wayne in Brantford. What's going on, Wayne?
Hey, Anthony, two quick things. They can't send Ramos down even if they wanted to. He has no option.
That's what I'm saying. I don't even think that's a thought. I think it would either be Schumann or Rosario.
Yeah, Schumann will go back down tomorrow when Belly comes back up. And
someone tweeted at me that maybe they're going to send down a pitcher, but I don't know how you do that if they are already overtaxed.
Exactly. That's the problem, too. Doesn't the roster increase by 1 in September? Or am I wrong about that?
It does. I think it increases by 2. Doesn't it?
Well, that's even better.
I'm going to look that up. I'm going to confirm that in a second.
And by that time, Judge won't be back till then.
It's actually a good point because I completely forgot about that point. It does. I mean, it used to be 40 guys, but I think it's 28 it goes to.
And Judge won't be back till then anyway, so that'll help out. Who we're going to send down and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they go to 28 players on September 1st. So actually, to be fair, the conversation is pretty moot. And maybe they do actually, now that you say that, great point, dude. I completely overlooked that fact. Maybe they do send down a pitcher temporarily. And if Bellinger's back, or they send down Rosario and it's temporary, and then September 1st, they're calling somebody back up, or Schumann gets sent down and he's back up September 1st. But yeah, that is a great point. Excellent point.
That's all I got. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Wayne. Chris at Montclair. What's going on, Chris?
Hey, so, I hate to suggest this because I really like the way he plays baseball. I like him. I think he's a great team guy, but there's no use for Goldschmidt on this roster now. When Bellinger is back, since Bellinger can also play first, there are 4 first basemen on this team. You don't need 4 first basemen on this team. He's not playing now. I know that if we're facing the Red Sox in a wild card series, we're going to face 3 lefties, but he hasn't hit for months, even against lefties. Garcia is a good fielding first baseman. I just don't see.
Well, the question is,
Bellinger hitting lefties well for a lefty hitter. Judge is hopefully back. I don't see that Goldschmidt is there for anything other than
Chris.
Emotional reasons.
I gotta let you go because you got the radio on, so I'm hearing myself. I think that the question is you have to look at who the odd men out on the roster are, and yes, you have Garcia, Bellinger, Goldschmidt, and Ben Rice all could play first base, obviously. The question is, would you rather have Goldschmidt, Rosario, or Schumann on the roster? That's the question. And I don't think with the number, I guess at this point, it doesn't matter how much he's making. I don't think you're sending down a veteran like Goldschmidt at this point. It might be the most sane and logical thing to do, but I don't think you are. Rob in Plainview, what's going on, Rob?
Hey, how you doing, Anthony?
What's going on, dude?
In the middle of a 10-mile run, and I was listening to the show. And sometimes I feel like your hot takes are more like Joey Gallo than Anthony Gallo, to be quite fair.
What does that mean?
Just swing and miss. So you want to play Garcia and Chisholm out of position in the playoffs.
Wait. No, Rob. How many positions? He's a second baseman, Garcia. His majority of his career, he's played second base. Jazz is playing a ton of third base.
Now.
What?
Put him at second base now.
Oh,
like why are they?
So what is
no,
Rob? You can't take a shot at me and then make a fool of yourself when you're saying to do the same thing when that's all I was saying. You dunce. So you tried the whole Joey Gallo thing to be funny, which I'm glad you put it on. I thought it was going to be a different Joey Gallo, the more famous Joey Gallo, but no, you tried. So you just said that to do the same thing I just said. I had fun today. I love you guys. I'm back next about Friday, 10 to 2. The great Chris McMonagle is back in this spot next week and back Wednesday with the Carton Show. Shout out Paul Rosenberg and Alex Azarm for holding it down. Yankees baseball coming up next. I'll be back this week making a fool of myself on the Carton Show. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on IG. If you see me out and about, say what's up. Until next time, we got some football back. The Knicks are still champions. I'm Anthony Gallo. Thanks for listening.